Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams.
And welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, your right. I am Eli Moon. We are out of the darkness and into the lights. Oh, my goodness, look at us. Here we are, Chad Bryan, Eli Moon. We are rocking and rolling. Chad, I think I'm a little too... Well, that might... There we go. Look at that, buddy. I look a little fresh. Rocking and rolling here on Inside Edge Primetime. I'll figure out my lighting situation because I'm feeling like... I'm just got a guardian angel watching me right now, which, you know what, I do, Chad B. We're doing pretty good. We got off to a little bit of a late start. Apologies for the technical difficulty, but we're rocking with you here, Inside Edge Prime Time. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe at Inside Edge Net on all of the socials. That is across the board here. YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all of that. Make sure you lock in. And, of course, we just unveiled that we have the Roku app available as well. So if you want to go over to the Roku app, you can check that out. Of course, you can type in Inside Edge Network and lock in there. You get all your favorite weekly and daily programming of the Inside Edge Network there on the Roku app. Check out the website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Read about your favorite personalities like Chad and I. We're pretty fun. Chad's your favorite, probably, but that's okay. That's okay. And then, of course, everybody else rocking and rolling here on the Inside Edge Network. Get your partners, our partners. We appreciate them so much. W Energy, Monster Moments, SportsMemorabilia.com, Fanatics.com, and AlleyRoseFragrances.com. Could not do without them and couldn't do without you at home. So thank you so much. Go check out the shop page. Go to the merchandise store. Get a mug, a shirt, a polo, a hat. Get your windbreaker, stash it away for the fall. I'll tell you, Chad B., I'm a freeze baby. You see I got the flannel on tonight. It is cold by my metrics here, bud.
It was in the 60s today. You can get away with wearing a windbreaker today. Why not?
Sure can. That is InsideEdgeNetwork.com is the place to be. Chad B is the guy I want to see here this evening. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm good. I've made my official proclamation that today is a good day to break wind.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good thing that statement doesn't have any other meaning at all. Just obviously putting on a jacket is what that means. So
yeah,
it's perfect. It's perfect.
Love it.
I just got an idea. That's fine.
What's the idea?
That's the idea. A screen printed. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that off the show. No, I'm doing pretty good, man. The weather is much better. I'll take cool over whatever happened yesterday. You probably had a little funky weather by you yesterday, right?
I did, man. I did. I was coming home from Wadsworth. I went to church yesterday.
Okay.
My whole weekend was jam-packed. Had a great time. I went out to my guy Cliche, his EP release show. My bro from La Hele did his release of The Land Volume 2 at Grog Shop. It was packed house. It was awesome. And so we went out there. Then we went to church. in the morning. Me, Omar, Jake, Kyle, and Double A. And it was awesome. Jake, obviously a friend of the program on 1420 AM The Answer on the Jake Underwood show. So we were rocking out. We all had some church, got some ice cream, and then Omar drove me back to Cleveland, and we both started driving under the weather, and we're like, oh, this isn't good. Why did it just turn dark out? It's 3:00 in the afternoon. This is not good. And it just started downpouring. Omar's a great driver, though. We put on his best Jeff Gordon, and we got back to Cleveland, and everybody's safe and sound. But I heard you, of all people, my power went out. Everybody around me's power went out.
Yeah.
You're notorious. Like if somebody walks up into your house, your power goes out, and your power didn't go out.
Yeah, if someone drives by and glances up at my home, usually the power will go out for at least, I'd say, an hour or two. We'll get a good hour without power. Last Monday on illegal formation, I lost power for, 5 minutes or so on a nice, it was a little breezy, but it was a sunny day. We were at a birthday party yesterday, and I felt so bad that we had to cut it short. But, we're at the birthday party, and my wife's sister texted, and she goes, hey, the tornado signs are going off. And I was like, all right, you guys, let's pile in the car and maybe go home. And like right when we decided to make that break, it started pouring, and we were like, okay, now. Eli, I drove through some of the worst weather I've ever driven in.
Oof.
Literal torrential downpour. Couldn't see anything. We got hit by a bunch of hail. So it's raining, hailing. The winds blow. Trees are bending over. I can't see traffic. I can't see if anything's coming at me. It was an adventurous, 12 to 15 minute drive home. That should have been about 5 minutes, but that's okay. We made it. We're good. So we made the run at the right time, I think. And everyone's safe, so that's what counts.
Good, man. You know what? And I know nobody was concerned with Chad B at the wheel, man. I wouldn't be concerned either, bud. So we're doing all right for ourselves. We're here in one piece. We're here back with you on a Monday. Jam-packed Monday, of course. We're going to get to you in a hurry, right? We got off to a little bit of a late start with technical difficulties, but we're going to rock and roll. We are just excited. We got a very busy show, very busy stream. The days of having to click on one stream, then the next stream, and the other stream in the evening are over with.
What a big night, man. Just what a huge night.
Hey, dude, chill out. I'll talk about it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Chad. I love you. No, but Chad is absolutely right. It is a big night. It's an absolutely incredible night for the network. First off, we have the Daily Spiral joining the program, the daily lineup program here. We, of course, you have the morning show with Omar Clausell Jr., 9 to 11 a.m. Then you have On Filter with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. here weekdays. And then, of course, you have Chad and I, 10 to 11 p.m. here on the Inside Edge Network, weekdays, weeknights, and strong nights. And, of course, then you have the Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm. That'll be on at 11 p.m. Double A will be joining her on Mondays, I believe. I will be with her tomorrow. And then Chad will be with her the Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll be with her Friday. So we'll get a little mixture of primetime and midnight run with her. That'll be super excited. I'm really excited about that. And
sorry, I talked. Sorry about that. Let me mute myself again.
Chad, I love you, bud. I love you. You are absolutely right, though. It is a big night. And finished by a midnight run with Anthony Alford. And it's all on one stream, to Chad's point. Yeah. It's all on Chad's point. Chad was exactly right. It's all on one stream. I almost said it's all on Chad's stream. It may be on Chad's stream, too. If you're tuning on his Facebook, it's there, too. But very exciting. Very exciting. Chad B, look, man, you messed with me a great deal, man. There's one time I interrupted you during Tuesday Top 5. I've never seen you more mad in my life.
Oh, yeah. I was almost ready to end the show. I was like, I hit end stream, and I was like, no, let's not do this. Let's get back. I can return from this. It's okay. It's okay.
I was like, well, let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something. I was like, okay, so that was my moment. That was my get back. That was my get back. That was my get back. Oh my goodness, bro. I love you. You're fam, man. And we got an exciting show.
We're gonna see that. Do we have a room? Is there nobody's here? Okay, that's fine.
So here's the thing. If we just do a round of golf and we just hash this out, we'll be okay.
I'm not a good golf. No, I'm not a good golfer. That's not a good idea.
Dude,
it's a frustrating sport. That's a sport you feel like you should be good at because the ball sits there, right?
Yeah.
It's not moving. Like it's not going 90 miles. It's just sitting there. And still, that's a frustrating.
Yeah, not good. Well, Chad B, I'll tell you what is good, bud. We'll talk during the break. Maybe I'll call you and I'll say, hey, sorry about it is a big night, bud. You're spot on. I was just, look, dude, I'm gonna let you finish. But but no, we got exciting stuff here. We have the owner of Keon Sports, Vince McKee, joining us next. We got some major programming announcement coming up here for the Inside Edge Network, so stay tuned for that. That's coming up in just a few minutes with Chad and I, who will make a peace treaty, and it'll come a lot quicker than other peace treaties that have come around in the world here recently. So we'll make ours very quickly during the next 2 minutes, and then when we come back, Vince McKee from Keon Sports joining us We'll have a discussion. It's a major programming announcement coming up
There you go.
here right after the break. Stay with us. This is Inside Edge Primetime. That's Chad Bryan to my right. You're right. Everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. We're back after this.
Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Sometimes you gotta let the intro ride in just a little bit. Welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Oh my goodness, Chad Bryan sometimes is in the middle. We avoid that though, because then you have to pay for the middle seat as well. That's Chad Bryan to my right, you're right, everybody's right. I'm Eli. We're rocking, rolling here with you. Inside Edge Primetime on the Inside Edge Network. Chad, guess what? You'll never guess what's happening.
I give up.
I can't hear the intro music, so this is just straight off memory, baby. Straight off memory. So we're rocking and rolling. Of course, you can like, subscribe, follow Inside Edge Net on all the socials. Check us out across all of the platforms. Inside Edge Net, of course, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, our Roku app now. You search Inside Edge Network and go check out all the live programming there. And go to InsideEdgeNetwork.com, read about your favorite personality, Chad Bryan, and then you can read about me and everybody else. And, of course, our partners page, you couldn't do it without them, W Energy, Mosser Moment, SportsMemorabilia.com, Fanatics.com, and AliosFragrances.com, and could not do it without you at home. So go to the shop page, get a merch. Get the merch, mug, shirt, polo, hat, all the great stuff, and a windbreaker. Of course, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. All right, Chabby, we have a guest, and we're very excited to bring him on here. He is the owner of Keon Sports. He is somebody I've known for over a decade now, and somebody I'm excited to bring onto the program. And again, the owner of Keon Sports. We'll talk about a major programming announcement here. It is Vince McKee. Vince, how are you doing tonight, pal?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me on. And it's crazy that you said that because I guess we have known each other for over a decade and met you in March of 2016. So kind of insane. And Chad, it's nice to meet you, man. I'm a big fan.
Good to meet you. I appreciate you saying that, man. I'm a fan of what you do. Your website is amazing. I've been scrolling. I've followed you for a while, but I've been scrolling through it and reading. I mean, there's content upon content there. It's really, really impressive. You got to have like 300 people working for you, right?
Well, I appreciate that. Not 300, but to be bluntly honest, during high school football season, which is coming up here in a few months, believe it or not, we have 55. Usually our staff runs between 55 and 65.
Okay.
depending on how big our intern class is. This year, we are loaded up with some good interns, so we might touch at like about 70 when you talk about writers, podcasters, broadcasters, videographers, editors, and some guy named Vince McKee who doesn't know when to go to bed and sleep. So yeah, a lot of good stuff going on.
I love it. I
agree.
love it. Vince, we'll get into the major programming announcement here in just a little bit. Obviously, we have here for a little bit, so we'll let's dive into it before we talk about the announcement. Tell people at home, that are just tuning in for the first time, the Inside Edge Network, and tuned on, and they're like, "Hey, who is Vince McKee and what is Keon Sports?" Give people a little bit of breakdown of what Keon Sports is and what you do, obviously, as the CEO of Keon Sports.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather talk about the company than myself, and so I will do that. Basically, Keon Sports, and I feel like I'm yelling right now, but Keon Sports is that website that you love to have. And let me tell you why, because it's the stuff that I like. And I always thought to myself, I'm like, hey, if I like this kind of stuff, there's probably some other people out there that want to read about it too. So to give you the most basic breakdown, really, guys, it's high school, it's college, and it's pro athletic coverage. But then we go outside of the box quite a bit. We do a lot with MMA. Last night was a huge night for us covering the UFC. We do a lot with local boxing shows, which when we began, Eli was right by my side calling those fights. Doesn't really seem like it was 10 years ago, my man, but we do that kind of stuff. We cover a lot of local MMA, and really our niche, though, honestly, a lot of it it comes back to local high school athletics, and then really mainstream stuff like the WWE, pop culture, kind of the mix. And what we do is written content is our biggest thing. That's what I run. Audio content, which is ran by my vice president, Brandon Soder-Penner. And then we have a podcast division. But for the most part, we do live game broadcasts. We do video recaps, which are huge. You go on our YouTube channel over there, Keon Sports, 20,000 subscribers. And a lot of that is because of the hard work of one Tony Bogan. So, Tony, if you're out there watching that, my man, very proud of you. And what Tony Bogan does is he runs our team of high school videographers. So on a given weekend during any of the sports seasons, football, baseball, basketball, even lacrosse, we have about 6 videographers out there putting together these highlight packages. And that's kind of one of the bigger reasons we've exploded. So that is what the company does. What I do is I just kind of, people kind of say I'm the straw that stirs the drink, right? But honestly, Ron Yantz, who's my inspiration for this, he was kind of the guy who planted the seed in my head way back in 2018, said, always put yourself last, put yourself in the background. And that's what I try to do. But it has been an amazing, amazing journey. And watching you guys kind of start like I did is so much fun. And I am literally your biggest fan.
Awesome. We appreciate you. We see the work you're putting in, obviously, with Keon Sports. You mentioned, the written content and the team you have behind it. Pretty incredible to see. Curious your thoughts as a UFC guy, UFC 250, yesterday at the White House. What were your thoughts on the card itself and just the spectacle that we haven't seen, really, in terms of a UFC event or really any pro sporting event?
So here's the thing, guys, and Chad, I know we're talking for the first time, but Eli knows this. I'm not very political. I do vote every 4 years. I'm not going to tell you who I vote for, but politics are not my game. I really do not care about politics. So I am huge in MMA, though. I love the sport of MMA. Next to baseball, I think it's my second favorite sport. So the spectacle of last night was phenomenal. I thought it was very well done, quite frankly. Having each having each fighter come out by himself with a veteran, a war hero. They were showing respect to the country, and that's what I got of it as an American. So the spectacle, the band that they had, they had this band of 200, musicians, and they're doing all these covers. Justin Gaethje came out to Johnny Cash, Not Gonna Hold My Body Down. Just so many cool moments. And as a fan, because that's what I am, guys. I'm just a fan. I'm, like they say, a jag, right? Just a guy. Like, I got lucky. Keon Sports is a fluke. The fact that we're as big as we are is a miracle from God. Like, I am just a fan. So Eli and I know from being cage side all those years ago, my man, like, there's no feeling like a big fight, right? Would you agree with that? No feeling like a big fight?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So as a fan, I loved it. I love the spectacle of it. And then the fight card itself was unbelievable. Called the first 5 fights, called them accurately, on my prediction piece, and felt good about that. And I thought to myself, quite frankly, for any UFC fans watching out there, I thought I had it in the bag. When I went first 5 for 5, I'm like, it's over. It's over. And because I thought for sure, Topuria was going to win the heavy. I mean, not Topuria, I'm sorry. Pereira was going to wear the heavy. And then Sapporo was going to win the lightweight. I thought it's a shoo-in, and then they both lost. He got knocked out in the second, and then Sapporo in the main event. That was one of the greatest fights I have ever seen. You guys can't see it behind me. I got a huge thing of Rocky Balboa. Rocky's my inspiration, my favorite movie. All this, Eli's seen it, but there's all this Rocky stuff over here, right? That's what I felt like I was watching last night. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
That feeling that you described there is why people don't cash out on their parlay and hold on just a little bit too long and go, how was that close? Listen, I'm old. I grew up on Rocky IV. I've all movies, but I watched Rocky IV. I've probably seen it a couple of thousand times. So I can relate to you there. I can definitely relate. Rocky's a good one as far as heroes go, right?
Hey, Rocky IV is the greatest boxing movie of all time, in my humble opinion. And if you ever watch Creed 2, have you seen Creed 2?
Yes.
Also phenomenal because it picks up where Rocky IV left off in a way. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever redo that feel of that Rocky, like the training in Russia. And it's like, I don't know. I loved that when I was a kid. I still love it. I still eat it up.
Oh, no doubt about it. I feel at 44 years old, I'm in the best shape of my life right now. And, I would lie if I said there's many nights at the gym where I have that Rocky soundtrack in my headset. So it's something about that whole storyline that could pump you up. I would tell you the other artists, but you would never believe me. So we'll just move on.
It's funny. At almost 47 years old, I feel that you are in the best shape of your life as well. I'm in the same boat with you, but not in the shape.
Absolutely. I love it.
All good. I know I'm no stranger to some late night drive-through action with Eli back in the day either, though.
Absolutely. I'm curious, Vince, we will get to the program announcement here in just a little bit, but I'm curious to talk about the high school sports thing. Obviously the aspect of Keon Sports, you mentioned, you're covering a wide range of games throughout the Friday nights here and sometimes Saturday nights, depending on the big matchups, but just talk about like the weekend of high school sports, the season, and kind of what that means to Keon Sports. I know that's a pretty big aspect of what you guys are doing right now. So just talk about like the high school sports season. High school football, I know, is what you get jonesed up about. So talk to me about that with Keon Sports.
Man, it's an excellent question. You are correct. So basically, guys, we try to cover 30 games a weekend. Chad and I were just joking around about our age, but it's true. When I was a little kid growing up, high school, even early college, the Cleveland Plain Dealer would have 20 to 25 games covered. You'd go to the store on a Saturday morning, right, Chad? And they would have the recaps. So over time, all that went away. And my inspiration for this, way back in 2018, I'd done some freelancing for some other websites. I'm not going to mention them, but we went ahead and during that process, Eli and I both were covering high school football. So when I decided to do my own thing, I wanted to make sure, kind of like we said in the beginning, we are going to focus on what no one else is covering. So for high school football and high school athletics, that's what took the main stage. To answer Eli's question, a normal week, usually about 30 games in written recap. One broadcasted game, live broadcast on YouTube. Like I said, 20,000 subscribers there watching that. It's been amazing to watch that growth. And then all the video packages that Tony Bogan does. So for me, the key to that, it's all a recipe. Finding the sponsors who want to sponsor that, finding the people who want to watch it, and who are we going to advertise it to. But word of mouth is huge. No one's doing this for the money. No one's millionaires in the high school athletic world, I assure you, with the sole exception of Massillon head coach Nate Moore. Really everybody has a second job. They're either a teacher at the school or a janitor or a guidance counselor. Everybody's heart is in the right way. So by us doing that, we grew. The first year, I think, when E was with us, we had 5 or 6 people. Now we've blown up, right? So a lot of great things have happened by focusing on high school athletics. The other thing I'm going to say 2 more things here, which might shock a lot of people, but it's not shocking at all. Lacrosse is huge in the spring. We're covering 4, 5, 6, 7 lacrosse games a week. You would never think it. And near and dear to Eli's heart, because I know he wrestled for Lutheran West at a time, I believe, at least.
Correct.
Wrestling is gigantic. So this was the first year where I said I need a little bit of a break because I was covering boys basketball and girls basketball. And I took a few weeks off from covering girls basketball. And I said, hey, I'm going to cover wrestling, high school wrestling, which is near and dear to my heart because my grandpa wrestled, all my uncles wrestled, my dad wrestled, my uncle Pete DeLuca was state runner-up. State runner-up in 1978. He lost to a guy named Mike Chin, who went on to get a silver medal in the Olympics in 80. So we're talking about some serious caliber pedigree there. But we started covering high school wrestling this year, and it took us to a whole other level. So honestly, the sponsors, a lot of those sponsors are parents that say, hey, Vince, you do a phenomenal job. I have a roofing company or whatever the case may be. And it's grown, man. It's a passion. I sacrifice like you want to believe, but it's well worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Chad B, you have any hard-hitting, burning questions? I know usually you carry those with you in your pocket. Do you have any?
I just said nope. No, I do. I do. To bring it all back to the high school sports, I'm curious. As you look back over, I don't know how many. You said you've known Eli for 10 years, but I don't know how to count how many high school, contests, games, meets, whatever that you've covered. But do you have an idea? Like, what's your favorite? Do you remember like your absolute favorite event that you've covered?
Yes, no doubt about it. So the UFCs. Covered 5 UFCs. All of those were incredible for 5 different reasons. My daughter was born the night the first one ever covered. I left Eli at the venue because I had to leave during the show. Story we still joke around to this day.
I've heard a little bit about this story, actually. Yeah, a little bit.
My wife called when we got there and I said, "Don't call me again unless you're in labor." And sure as heck, she called me again 10 minutes, whatever it was, an hour later in labor. But, a lot for different reasons, I would say. Calling boxing. My favorite memories of Keon Sports, calling boxing. There was a kid back in the day, and I'm going to mention a name, and I'm going to look at Eli's face when I say it to see if he remembers. Nick Duganier, who was this tough Italian, tough as nails, right?
Yeah.
He was knocking everybody out, and E and I were calling these fights. Loved every second of it. He signed his first pro contract, and 2 weeks later, the pandemic hit, and they shut everything down for about 6 months. He ended up doing something else with his life. I still talk with him. His uncle actually cuts my hair. But they calling those fights with Eli, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on your show. Please don't think that's where I'm going with this. But it really, truly is one of my favorite memories. And then, honestly, this is going to sound nuts, but this 2 weeks ago, I was covering it was a friendly. It was Brazil versus Egypt down at the stadium. And it's cool, man, because I'm sitting there in this press box with like 80 people, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how am I here? How did I make it? It's moments like that that take me back. When I covered the Hall of Fame game last year, my first time covering an NFL game, Hall of Fame game. I try not to cry. A lot of times I'll call my wife or I'll call my uncle, who's always been supportive, or my brother, and I'm like, you're not going to believe where I'm standing. I mean, last year, shooting the breeze with Brent Musburger, like it was, no big deal. And Chris Collinsworth, the guy that I love. I know Collinsworth is hated here in Cleveland. I get it, but I love Collinsworth. So moments like that are surreal. I would say the greatest moment of my sports career by far. And I don't know if this could be topped unless I'm on the field for a World Series or if Cleveland gets a Stanley Cup team. Quite frankly, was Eli and I, Matt Medley at the time, the 2016 Calder Cup championship, when the Monsters won it for several reasons. It went overtime. Last second goal, there was about a second left in the first overtime period. I'd just known Eli about 2 months. We were just starting to form our friendship. And just being down on the ice and that surreal feeling of being down on that ice. I got a huge poster of it right past my computer over here, all the different highlights. That moment in time, I think about once a week. I miss Maddie Medley like crazy. All those memories. Man, that that was probably the greatest night of my sports career. And people would be like, "Oh, it's just minor league hockey." You had to be there to understand it.
That's really cool. And I think when you feel like that, that's what makes it, all the sacrifice, all the time, everything. But that's what makes it's not a job, right? Like you truly love doing it. You got to like pinch yourself to make sure it's real, right? Like that's not a job anymore. Like that's definitely a passion. That's what makes it fun. So
yeah. No doubt about it. I mean, so like the one cool thing, how many you've done all these games and everything, but truly, so at the end of every year, I got it for tax purposes. I have to keep track of all the miles. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there's so many miles that I put on those tires. It's insane. Like in an average year, I'm not joking. I probably travel 12,000 miles round trip to cover all these games. So the miles, going to bed at 2, 3 a.m. Nightly most times. So yeah, I mean, it's what they call labor of love, but it's why people teach. It's why people get in the media in the first place. It's why people do a lot of things for the love of the game. Chad, no doubt about it, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, we have Vince McKee, CEO, the owner of Keon Sports, here with us. He is rocking and rolling. He is talking about some of his favorite memories, talking about what Keon Sports brings. I know you guys do a little bit of mixtures as well. You guys on the writing side, you mentioned, the different divisions, but you have the writing side with the Bachelorette at times, and some of these
Yep.
fun outside the box. What inspired that type of writing for the website? I mean, I know we weren't talking Bachelorette back in the day, so I guess
No.
what inspired that, right?
The pandemic, my man. So, we're sitting there, and I'll never forget me and a very, very good friend of mine, Mike Rogers, and also Cole McDaniel, the three of us, we legitimately went out. Because when we first started doing Key on Sports, we were using a Zoom recorder, this tiny little Zoom recorder, right? And we would have to record. Everything was tape delay. We would record it. I'd upload it when we got home. So Cole and Mike and I said, hey, we're going to take a little bit of the surplus. We went out. We bought all this beautiful equipment, right? The Sweetwater. It's called Sweetwater soundboard. All the headsets, we got a camera. We spent a ton of money, and then like 3 days later, the pandemic hit, and they shut everything down. I'm like, you have to be kidding me, right? So I'm like, what am I going to do? Sat down one night on the couch. My wife, Emily, shout out to Emily. She was watching The Bachelor at the time. I'd never seen an episode. Sat next to her, and after about 15 minutes, I'm like, this is pure crap. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is just next level ridiculous. But then I wrote about it. I'm like, there's nothing to write about right now. I'm like, I need some sort of content. I wrote that article and it exploded. Got more views than almost any high school football game we've ever done. WWE continues to blow up. Bachelor continues to blow up. And then a couple of years back, I started writing about all the parks and playgrounds in Northeast Ohio that my wife and I take our children to. Like, hey, is there a bathroom? Is it mulch flooring? Is it rubber flooring? Are the place that's rusted? Is there a place for parents to sit? All kinds of stuff parents would need to know. Started doing articles like, because right here in this situation, think about it. Stanley Cup's over. NBA Finals is over. We're not near the NBA draft or training camp. Again, I needed content. Put it out there. That blew up. So, knock on wood, we've kind of had the magic touch so far.
There you go. I can remember a time, listen, when the pandemic hit, I was looking for things to do too. And my daughter's 10 now. We were rolling markers across the counter, and I was doing play-by-play for marker races. So yeah, I mean, we've all been there. I mean, it's not necessarily for public consumption, but yes, we've all been there. We've all been there looking for something to do, something to write about, something to call, something to talk about. Yeah, I can relate.
That's when you can't shut off your mind. I totally get it.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. Absolutely. One more question here for you, Vince, before we get into the announcement. We got a programming announcement, a major program announcement involving obviously the Inside Edge Network and Key on Sports. We'll get to that in just a second. I have a wrestling question here for you. Obviously, we got a lot of mixture here with and Chad. We're teaching Chad how to be a wrestling guy. He's getting better. He learned what a heel turn is the other day, and he learned that you can pop for a heel turn.
I really learned, because if you quiz me right now, would I pass that? I don't know. We'll see.
I'd give you like a C+. You understand that you can pop during a heel turn, but he doesn't understand that you can also pop for other things besides the heel turn.
If I hear something pop during a heel turn, I'm having surgery the next day, Eli. There's
Chad.
Yeah.
Let me give you a pop quiz. If somebody gets color, what does that mean?
I think that's too advanced for me. I'm just in 101 classes right now.
That means they're bleeding, Chad B. That means they're bleeding.
Okay.
Yeah, it means they're bleeding. They're wearing the crimson mask.
There you go.
They're wearing the crimson mask.
All right.
So yeah.
Ask me, Eli, I'm ready for your you got trivia or
just no trivia. Just curious. I mean, obviously you're following the product, and we have the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast here in the Inside Edge Network with Kyle and AA. So I'm just curious, like, your thoughts on where the product stands right now and kind of where they go from here. I've seen obviously the Bloodlines back rolling, and it seems like that's kind of what they're leaning into, at least on Monday Night Raw. What do you think so far of the product in the summer right now? Because this is one of the typically hot times for WWE to take advantage of people having more time to watch it. So what have you thought so far?
They need to start listening to the fans. And if they start listening to the fans, there's a guy named Chad Gable who right now has a chance to be red hot. He wrestled Rusev earlier in the night. Fans were behind him. So if they listen to the fans, if they don't overdo this bloodline thing, I think it could work all over again, however they want to take it. I like it a lot. Cleveland, SummerSlam was in Cleveland a few years ago. To me, it was kind of a letdown. I mean, some of it was really good, but some of it felt like we were just sitting in a 95-degree heat that day. I mean, it was just kind of ridiculous. I remember baking as I was sitting there. But no, Eli, I mean, honestly, they need to take SmackDown down from 3 back to 2 hours like they plan on doing. I think that will help matters. And there's a surplus of talent in NXT. And Chad, what NXT is, it's kind of like the AAA. It's the minors before they get called up to the big shows there. So NXT is pretty good. And, man, God, people are going to think this is Vince McKee kissing Eli Moon's backside hour. But Eli told me about this guy about 6-7 years ago now. Man, maybe longer than that. And I was like, man, that guy sucks. But the more I watch him, he's really good. His name's Sami Zayn. I've become a big Sami Zayn fan. So they need to make him like the top heel on SmackDown. And I think there's some serious heat there.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll get some thoughts obviously throughout the summer and kind of see what's going on. I'm curious to see what they do with Fatu and kind of move from there. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, pal. Let's get after it here though. Let's get after it. We obviously brought you on here for a major program announcement. Excited to get to it now. So we'll get right after it here. Vince McKee, the CEO of Keon Sports, on the program because we are announcing immediately that the Inside Edge Network and Keon Sports has created a partnership where we are going to go ahead and have a few cool things here. Let's get after it. So the first thing will be some of our shows here on the Inside Edge Network that you've come to know and love will be also simulcasted on the Keon Sports Facebook page. So you can tune in and see a plethora of ways. You'll see Inside Edge Network's morning show with Omar Clausell Jr. You'll see this show, Inside Edge Primetime with Chad and I. You'll have Autumn Chisholm, and then obviously the Daily Spiral with Autumn and guests between Chad, Double A, and myself, and then Midnight Run with Double A Anthony Alford. Also being a part of that, Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast with Double A and Kyle, the Main Event, and Voice of the Land. So we have a lot of shows that'll be available as well, simulcasted on Keon Sports, brought to you by the Inside Edge Network. So we'll have that rocking and rolling too. We'll have some possible guests in the future from Keon Sports. We'll pick some of the writers' brains from Keon Sports and go from there and see where exactly they're thinking, what exactly we're thinking, and we'll have some great conversation there as well. So a lot of great stuff there. Some other things in the works as well that we'll continue to see what's going on. But I'm very excited here. We're announcing now here on Inside Edge Primetime on the Inside Edge Network that starting today, immediately, starting tonight, we have a partnership between Inside Edge Network and Keon Sports. You will see the simulcast on the Facebook page with those shows I mentioned on the Keon Sports as well. So you can go catch it there as well. Tell your friends about it, rock and roll. And then, of course, we'll bring some writers on from time to time and have some conversation about maybe some pieces they've had and get their opinion, their thoughts, and have a conversation. And it'll be a lot of fun. We'll obviously continue to check out some of the writing on Keon Sports and see what stands out to us, and we'll go from there. But very excited with this partnership with Inside Edge Network, with Keon Sports, with Vince. We've been talking over the last few weeks, I'd say, and we were able to kind of come to an agreement in terms of this partnership that I think helps both sides. So very excited there. Vince, very excited to rock and roll. I cut Chad B off earlier, so I'll let him talk after you talk, or he'll get mad at me, and then it'll be bad because I won't have anybody to talk to around 1 a.m. when I'm done with the night. So
it's good content, Eli. It's good content.
It is great content. It's great content. But yes, very excited. The partnership is official. Inside Edge Network, Keon Sports. We'll rock and roll. You'll see obviously a very cool. Actually, I'll announce it right now. When we do put an end to this segment, which isn't coming to end right now, but when we do, you'll see the first ever Keon Sports ad here on the Inside Edge Network. So we'll check that out as well. But Vince, I just want to get your thoughts, man. I know we've been talking for a few weeks, just behind the scenes, getting some things done. We're able to come to an agreement on this. Very excited. Very excited. What are your thoughts, pal?
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. And, we're going to start small, like we said, Facebook Live. We're going to put you on our Facebook Live page probably starting later this week. We're kind of putting some final touches on our end, making sure our stream is nice and healthy for you. And then, maybe down the road, if things go very, very well, we'll add some shows and maybe even throw you on our YouTube page. But honestly, this was something where I was watching you guys a few weeks ago. We joked around the first episode I caught was the Midnight Run with Double A. The landlord was getting a little frisky, and I couldn't stop laughing, right? Like I can't remember the last time I laughed that hard, And then I believe it was the day after Memorial Day I was watching again, and I think it was Chad. And Chad, if it wasn't you, I apologize because it could have been Omar. But somebody had their top 5 barbecue foods at a cookout. Was that you?
That would be Chad B.
You did a tremendous job, man. And hot dogs being number one is near and dear to my heart because there's nothing like a good dog at a barbecue, So
I like it, yeah.
It's incredible, right? So I was watching it, and every show I watched, I'm like, this is really good. I'm like, this is keeping me up way past my bedtime. And I loved it, right? And I've seen Eli and Double A since they were, late teenagers, quite frankly. So I've known them for a long time. And I thought to myself, I'm like, hey, we have a huge audience at Keon Sports. What can I do to help these guys? Sadly, even though I want to be, I'm not a millionaire, so I couldn't donate a ton of money. But I'm like, what I can do is give them access to my network. That's what we did. If this goes well, and again, I truly believe that it will, would love to add Omar's morning show, Kyle's Unfiltered. So there's so many other possibilities that still could happen. But looking forward to, again, getting that Facebook page figured out this week, getting there all the whatever they call these streamlined things working properly. And I think we are on to something huge here, guys. Chad, you're a big reason why, man. Don't forget about that for sure.
I appreciate you saying that, man. We are happy to be involved with you. It's just nice to work with someone who we have a passion for that. This is our passion. We wouldn't do it if it wasn't. I mean, quite honestly, we just wouldn't be doing it. We'd do something else, right?
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that we're keeping you up past your bedtime here on the Edge Network. Wait, it's the Inside Edge now, not the Insomnia Edge. Sorry. No, it's just good to know. It's we try. We like the Tuesday Top 5 is, that's our baby, man. We have the Way Back Wednesday. We try to have some fun with it. I mean, you could do sports 5 nights a week, and you could just talk sports for an hour. You could come on and go sports and numbers and things and reactions. But if you have a little fun, I think that just makes it a little more entertaining for everybody, especially us. Like, it's nice to have that hour every night to be a little goofy every once in a while. You gotta laugh, man. So yeah, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, I call a car ride fun. You're in a car with a guy, you're on a road trip.
Yeah,
you're gonna joke around. You might talk sports for 85% of it, maybe, but 15% you're probably gonna talk food or home life or whatever or crap that you've seen. I mean, I give you a top 5 dorkiest dads I've ever seen at a playground. I mean, there's some people out there. It's like, all right, dude, tone down the super dad a little bit. So yeah, no doubt about it. And I think you need that. I mean, it's a part of life. It's fun. And when you can be vulnerable and you can be honest with people, that's what it's all about. I mean, I wrote an article about Walkabout Wednesdays, which is this thing that Olmsted Falls is having. And we went last week and it was god awful bad. And I wrote an article saying, hey, this was terrible. Here's why it was terrible. And I'm pretty sure I can't go into Olmsted Falls for a while now. So yeah, there's some people who want to kill me.
And put your hat down. You'll be all right.
Exactly. Well, I told Maggie, my older daughter, is just the sweetest little girl in the world. She loves leaving the house draped from head to toe in Keon Sports stuff. Keon Sports hat, the shirt, the whole deal. And I said, hey, Maggie, I call her the Bean. I'm like, Bean. I'm like, next week, if you go to Walkabout Wednesdays or whatever with Mommy, I'm like, don't wear any Keon Sports stuff.
Just give it a rest for a little bit. Let it blow up.
No, my younger daughter, Madeline, she's a baller. Like, I'd give her, good fighting odds. But Maggie's too sweet to tussle.
I'm not calling that one.
Yeah. Absolutely. Vince McKee, CEO, the owner of Keon Sports, here with us. We just announced a major program announcement. Yeah. We will obviously, if you didn't hear it, we'll announce it one more time. We are going to be doing some simulcasts on some of your favorite shows of the Inside Edge Network. And we'll start from there and see where this partnership grows. We'll start bringing on some Keon Sports writers and having some discussion with them throughout some of your favorite shows here across the daily and weekly programming, rocking and rolling. And we will just see how we rock from there. But very excited. Like I said, I've known Vince for a long time, over a decade now. So to see the growth of Keon Sports has been incredible. What you guys are doing over there has been absolutely awesome to see. And very excited to see where everything goes, obviously with the Inside Edge Network here and with Keon Sports. I think there's a way to help both and continue to grow sports coverage, not only in Cleveland, but across the world. So very excited, Vince, and we appreciate the time.
No, I appreciate you guys. And, I guess I'll leave you with this. Really one of the biggest things was Chad and Omar. I've known you, I've known AA, I've known Kyle, I've known Rob, and Rob looked like he was 40 when he was 20. You know what I mean? He's always had that grown man look to him. Rob Rizicki, I don't think he's ever been carded in his life, just a grown-ass man. But I've known you guys for years, and I knew you were good, so I didn't have to question any of that. But I'm telling you the God's honest truth. When I saw Chad, when I saw Omar, I saw that you were bringing in this other talent, and that is what brought me in. Because I already knew you guys, but I was like, wow, geez, man, like look at this dude's legit, right? So that to me is the biggest thing that impressed me, quite frankly, was again Omar and Chad both. I was blown away, and I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna log off here in 8 minutes and log right back on to watch the Down Road, or what is the Spiral, correct?
Yeah, the Daily Spiral. It debuts at 11 p.m. Yep.
Cool.
The Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm. It debuts here at 11 o'clock.
It'll be fun.
We will rock and roll. It'll be Autumn in AA. They'll be talking some Love Island and a bunch of other things. It'll get unhinged before it gets unhinged at midnight. So it'll be a great time. It'll be a great time. So
thanks, guys. I appreciate you both. And we're going to get this Facebook crap figured out pretty soon and get you up and running.
Sounds good. Vince McKee, the CEO, the owner of Keon Sports, joining us. You just heard a partnership between the Inside Edge Network and Keon Sports. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back here, we'll have some final thoughts on this abbreviated version of Primetime, and then we'll hand it off to Autumn for the Daily Spiral. Again, thank you to Vince McKee. We are rocking and rolling. Chad and I back with you for some final thoughts right after this.
Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan over to my right, your right, everybody's right. I'm Eli Moo. We are rocking back in the saddle. This is the 2-minute drill, Chad B. Hopefully you've been practicing your shotgun, because if not, we're in trouble.
We got to miss the score. We got to go. We got time out.
Yeah. So do not Deshaun Kaiser this. All right, we need you to actually. All right.
No,
Don't throw it to Corey Coleman. He won't catch it. All right. He won't.
Doesn't matter what he did at Baylor. Does not matter. Yep.
Doesn't matter what he did. All right, let's. I have another day for Corey Coleman slander, and I feel okay saying that because I called it during the draft night. Chad B, let's get into it. We have a jam-packed Tuesday. We got a lot of stuff we didn't get to today. Give me your final thoughts of the day.
Well, just really excited to be, like I said, just to be involved with Keon Sports and with Vince. It's fun to work with people who are passionate about the same things that you're passionate about. So I think it's a great mix. All the work that he's done, that they've done. I wasn't kidding. I thought they had like 300 people. But I can't believe the amount of things that he and they have covered. They do a great job. They do a really, really just solid. It's just a very professional job. It's do great. Yeah. So I'm excited to be involved with them. I'm excited for us. I'm excited for them. Excited to get to know him and all of them a little bit more. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Very excited for the partnership. If you just missed in the last break, Inside Edge Network, Keon Sports doing a partnership. We will have some of your favorite shows of the Inside Edge Network simulcasted on Keon Sports Facebook page. Can be very exciting there. And then, of course, we'll bring on some writer from Keon Sports to have some conversations about some of their articles and pick their brains as well. So, as Chad mentioned, very excited. Thank you to Vince McKee, the CEO, the owner of Keon Sports, for taking the time to speak with us this evening. And it was great to catch up with him. Like I said, I've known him over a decade. So, great to always see him. And very excited. My final thoughts are that. And also, it was cold. It was damn cold today. Damn cold. I wore a flannel and, I walked in the house and Papa Moon's like, "Are you shivering?" I was like, "Yeah, bro. I think I got low iron or something." I don't know what's going on, but something's up and I needed to be 80 degrees again. So that's my final thoughts. Son, if you hear me, the moon's talking to you. Shine a little more. All right, cool. Awesome. Those are our final thoughts. We have a jam-packed show for you tomorrow. Due to just scheduling and technical difficulties, we had to move our interview, but tomorrow, yes, in the second segment, we will have Ben Bales from the sports show with No Name with Chad Bryan. We'll bring him on and have a conversation about World Cup. It's so great to have Ben. We'll rock with Ben. He teaches us some World Cup stuff. We had that earlier today, so we're going to air it for you tomorrow. Yes. And if you want to learn World Cup in 15 minutes, listen to that interview. Ben was absolutely incredible. So we'll have that and so much more. Maybe Chad and I will slap box. We'll learn from time to time. No slap box. Oh, you're ready. Okay, I'll leave you be. All right, dude, you're a professional. I'll leave you be. All right, we got to get out of here. That's Chad Bryan to my right. Your right. Everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. I am your second favorite co-host of Inside Edge Primetime, right behind Chad. This is the Inside Edge Network, Inside Edge Primetime on this very Inside Edge Network. We are back with you at 10 p.m. sharp, 10 p.m. sharp. We'll be rocking with you. Very excited. But guess what we're excited for? The Daily Spiral. The Daily Spiral up at 11 p.m. Autumn Chisholm, rocking with our guy, program director, and our bro, AA Anthony Alford. They're going to talk about Love Island. Chad and I are going to take some notes, and maybe we'll have some for you tomorrow, but a lot more other stuff too. Cannot wait. And very excited for Autumn to join the daily lineup. The wait is over. It's 3 minutes away. The Daily Spiral at the top of the hour. So you hear a few words from our partners and station identification. And then again, the Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm right here This stream. You don't have to leave. You can go to another stream. This stream on the Inside Edge Network. For Chad, Brian, I'm Eli Moon. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't get in trouble. Join the stream tomorrow. Don't get in trouble.
Don't do it.
Just don't do it. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Monster moments for
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Everyone, let me add myself. Hi guys, double A.
Oh my goodness, what an intro. What an intro. I'm so proud of my team each and every single day.
Oh, I made that at work.
Look, listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a great job. Already on day one, you have more than just a PowerPoint slide, which is my intro. So you've already made progress.
Oh goodness, double A.
Great job. Great
Oh,
job.
goodness.
Hey, welcome to the starting lineup, Autumn. Great to have you here.
I'm excited to be here. This is when I tell you this is going to be a week of insanity because I'm running off of like no sleep tonight. Tomorrow I'll be wired. Wednesday I'll really be wired because we got both jersey chasers and this.
Uh-huh.
Thursday, I'll be okay. Friday, double A. I'm sorry for telling you this on air. I wanted to tell you earlier. But this Friday, I actually won't be here.
Are
I
you
will be
taking
in New York.
Juneteenth off?
I could, but no, I'll actually be in New York. I'll
You'll
actually
be
be
in
in
New
New York
York?
City. Yeah, I'll be in New York City this Friday.
What the hell are you doing in New York?
I've never been to
You
New
going to
York.
their champion? You going to their parade? Are you a Knicks fan?
No.
I think
Don't
you're a
you
Knicks fan.
dare insult me like that.
I cannot find another reason why you're going to New York the week after they won the title.
First of all, I had this trip planned months ago. Okay,
Sure.
This
Sure
trip
he
was
did.
planned months ago.
Sure.
There was
Sure.
no way of knowing that the New York Knicks were going to win the NBA championship. There was no way, and we'll get to that. But we gotta start. We gotta start immediately. Let's no.
Can I just share with our audience, with your audience, real quick?
Mhm.
Every day that we talk about, I'm assuming you're talking Love Island. I'm sorry to jump over your intro. Every day we talk, and it's the texts start like this: these men. What is wrong with these men? every day it starts with these men don't know what the hell they're doing. They need to leave my villa now.
That's the tame ones. You're getting the tame ones. One of my best friends, I found out she was watching it. And me and her, let me tell you right now, if you saw our text messages, if you saw text messages, no, let's start. So, as you guys know, Love Island USA airs every single day except Wednesdays. There is an episode on Saturdays. Somehow they fixed After Sun, which when I tell you double A, I hate After Sun with a passion. I think it's so like a nothing burger. They fixed it.
Convinced me to watch After Sun. Because I couldn't watch it last year. I didn't.
So
I watched it
so
once
this
and I wasn't interested.
So this year, what they're doing, number one, they got Teffy and Sierra from Summer House to be the hosts. That's number one. Teffy, internet personality. She is hilarious. She is amazing, beautiful, all those great things. Sierra, coming off of Summer House, coming off of being cheated on by a mediocre white man. I'm sorry, girl. That man didn't deserve you. But what they did this year is they actually showed us what happens right after everyone gets eliminated.
Oh,
and
cool.
They get their phones back. So we got to see Sean react to the mayor's comments a lot about him. We got to see B react to everybody, like in her thing with Melanie. And then they talked to them in studio. And then we didn't really see like unseen stuff, but it was kind of like it was a completely different format than what it was the previous year. So
good.
They fixed it.
That's good. I might actually check it out because I know I saw Sean's comments about the mayor. I know that was a big story here at the network too. And then I meant to put this in. I didn't put in the video. Was Charlie? Did he submit something, or was that on his personal social media?
We'll get to
Okay.
Charlie. We'll get to Charlie and his bitch ass brother. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm very passionate about this show. I love this show so much. But let's get started. I have 2 episodes to review. First of all, 2 previous episode, filler episode. This episode, we got into a little bit more. So last night's episode, we got a World Cup sponsored challenge, which double A, when I tell you I hate watching the challenges now because they mean nothing. So what the challenges used to be before season 6, no, actually before season 5, no, before season 7, I'm sorry. The challenges actually meant something in the competition. So they would do the challenge, whoever was the top finisher in the challenge, that couple would either win the right to like put somebody up for elimination, or they would win a date.
What? There were actual stakes?
Yes, there were actual
stakes
stakes
beyond the kissing.
Yes, there was little to no kissing. Like they were actually competitive challenges, and you had to like you wanted to come in first because you would be like in control of what could happen. So you could put somebody up for elimination, or if somebody that you liked was up for elimination, you could save them. Like it was a whole like there were stakes. And then of course in season 6, they had a couple challenges that were just kind of like fun, but they had challenges with stakes too. It's last year where they just like completely were like, yeah, none of these challenges mean a damn thing.
Yeah, so I guess for me, for anybody who's just joining in, I started watching this show last year. I like joined in with like, it's like, oh, when everybody talked about the party and then you finally show up to the party and it's like, what the hell is this? Like, what is going on? What is this? And yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It seems like the shows are split up differently, but like, yeah, the challenge is like, what am I trying to get out of it?
It makes no sense now to have them, right? It makes no sense to have them
because this cast until Corbin at the end of tonight's episode, which I know you're gonna get to.
GPT.
Hey, he's the only one. He's the only one right now who understands the game.
That's that's the worst part. Is if that corny. I'll get to Corbin. But yeah, no. So the challenges meant something. And then America used to get to vote on who got dumped. So it wasn't the Islanders that voted on who got dumped. We voted on who got dumped. So I'm like,
I love that.
Do you know the chaos it used to be when the vote would come down to us? Oh my God.
So Autumn, let me ask you this. Do you think, because they teased at the end of tonight's episode, the fire pit, hey, tomorrow night, America's up to you. Are we determining who's getting dumped tomorrow?
We're going to probably determine who's going to be in the bottom. I hope we get to determine who's going to get dumped. I don't like this whole split up couple thing. I don't like that. I think that's really stupid. I think they started doing that last year. I think that's just adding more chaos. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't understand it. But I hope we get to pick and choose who be in the bottom. Because I'm going to just tell you right now who's going to be in the bottom for me. Number 1, Charlie's bitch ass brother, Zach. I see what you're doing. You're a game player. You go after Trinity and Bryce. Trinity and Bryce are a strong couple. And you keep telling Bryce, oh, I don't think Trinity likes you. I don't think Trinity likes you. Trinity liked that man and his dirty draws, okay?
Yeah, he did.
Then you go after Casey and Anaya, and you pretty much broke them up. And that leaves you and Kata as the strongest couple. So, like, I get what he's doing. He's a game player. He wants to play the game and he wants to win. He kind of already has a guide with his brother being on the show twice. So, I see what you're doing, Charlie's bitch ass brother.
Do you think Charlie's a good mentor for this game? Like, I don't
absolutely
know,
not. He went home twice the same time. He went home twice.
Yeah, I'm like, I went back to like last season. Like, Charlie had one of the worst eliminations. Like,
Charlie got eliminated first twice. Like, he got eliminated first twice. He was the first bombshell twice.
Oh my goodness. You go ahead. There was video. Let me see if I can find it and we'll play it. There was video that Charlie had released today, that social media. Let me see if I can find it. It's going to take a minute though.
It's okay. So Charlie's bitch ass brother, number 1. Number 2, I need Casey out of my villa. I knew you were a performative ass. I knew he was performative. That whole, you're a dark-skinned black woman, and I just want to be there for you, and I just want to support you. I saw through it. I was right. Night 1, didn't I say he was corny? Didn't I tell you he was corny night 1? I told you he was corny night 1.
I know. But
night 1, I told you that way.
Autumn, this is where we're going to disagree.
I think you.
Listen, I think I got to remove night 1 from the record books. I have to remove night 1. KC has been remember, Autumn, that his first choice, I believe, was Melanie. Now I know that was a long time ago. That was, the first episode, but that was his first choice. And KC has tried very hard to make this thing work. But then when KC said, like, yeah, her and I, they haven't done anything at all.
This is the thing, though. Why the hell? First of all, Love Island seems like my nightmare. I'm gonna just tell you right now, I couldn't take a nap. I have to wear bikinis all day. Oh, like my nightmare. Second of all, why, if I am also in a room full of people and my best friend is right here, my other best friend right here, and I'm in bed with my guy, why would I want to do anything sexual in a room full of people? That's just disgusting. That's what you go. That's what you go to Soul Ties for, AA. That's what you go to the Hideaway for, AA. We need to stop having communal sex in the bedroom. I hate it when they do it, and we know Corbin did it with Kenzie.
Hold on, they say, why did Corbin say, yeah, I was playing DJ that night?
I'm like, what? I'm like, what is happening?
Playing DJ.
Yeah, Corbin over here playing DJ, but he's number one. Number two is KC. Number 3, I need warm regards out of the villa tomorrow. You know who I'm talking about when I say warm regards?
Warm regards. Caleb?
Sincere.
Oh. Yeah.
I need that psychopath.
Sincere.
That man is a psychopath.
Yeah.
AA. That man is truly psychotic. I watched him tonight with my own 2 eyes. Tell Soul, yeah, I'm gonna just talk to her, real casual, nothing more. Then tell Melanie, I never wanted to break up. I wanted to be with you the whole time. What are you talking about?
You see, here's my thing. Here's my thing with Sincere. Here's my thing. Sincere is actually one of the worst because from a male perspective, he doesn't want to be made out to be the bad guy, but he wants his cake and he wants his ice cream too, right? So like he has a good thing going. Well, so I mean, look, listen, we all watched Melanie act the fool the first week, and I can't take that away. She did, and for a minute, for a while, I wanted her gone, and I wouldn't mind if she's gone, honestly. But then you're watching this, you have something we think was solved based on what we're seeing with the producers, and then you're going to Melanie saying, "Oh yeah, everything good, everything's straight, we're good." It's like, yeah, he does not want to be made out to be the bad guy, but I don't know if he's love bombing. I don't know what's going on. And then I heard his ex. And I'm like, his ex was like, watch his character. Watch Sincere. Watch his character. This is what he does. He's playing out like his ex talked about.
When one of his exes was like, yeah, we were really young and we got matching tattoos, I said, oh, I know exactly what kind of man he is. Yes, he has a matching tattoo with his ex-girlfriend on his finger. That man is a true psychopath. I have watched this man literally with my own 2 eyes tell these girls one thing and do the complete opposite and act like he has literal amnesia. Like, last episode, he was talking to Trinity, and he was like, "Yeah, I never wanted to end things with Mel." Sir, you're so excited to be with Soul. What are we doing? I
almost spit out my coffee.
That man is insane. But AA, let's go to my favorite nicknames this season so far. Number 1 has to be Corbin GPT, because we all think Corbin is a robot. He's AI. The way he sleeps is psychotic.
Hold up. Hold up. Corbin was just recharging. Okay.
He's a robot.
He was.
He's a robot. He's an AI robot.
They looked at Corbin like we got to plug in his charger.
He literally slept like this. Who sleeps like that? A psychopath. Number 2, favorite nickname, warm regards in regards to Sincere. Number 3, Corn bin, because Corbin is corny as hell. He is corny. Asking all the girls, can I get a kiss? Can I get a
You don't look
kiss?
at that as respect? Hold up, Autumn. You don't look at that as respect? He ain't just going.
No.
I mean, he finally did with Kenzie. He finally did. The end of the episode
She's
tonight.
easy. She's easy. We know she's easy.
I know, but I know.
Number 4, we got insincere because he is, in fact, insincere. And number 5, to round it out, we got sinister because he is a sinister individual. Top 5 nicknames of this season of Love Island. So, Double A, we know after tomorrow night, we will be in week 3 of Love Island. So that means we are halfway through the experience. That means these people have 3 more weeks to be on our screen and entertain us. And do you know what happens halfway through Love Island? There's only one thing that happens halfway through.
It's coming up what, Monday? It's gonna happen?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Sunday. It's gonna be probably Friday into Sunday, recoupling Monday. And that will be Casa Amor. You guys, okay, if you don't know what Casa Amor is, Casa Amor essentially is where they take a group. So it's either the guys or the girls. Last year it was the girls, so this year will be the guys. They take them to a whole separate villa. It's the exact same makeup as the original villa. It's just separate. And then they put the equal amount of people, like girls, in that villa as it is guys left. The whole point of this experiment is so in the real world, when you're faced with these challenges, you don't cheat on your partner. Also, the girls will also get the same amount of guys as well. Now, some people who are kind of like in between like connections can go with, a Casa boy or a Casa girl. Some people will fold like a pancake because they'll get somebody new. Some people will just be like, you know what? It's Casa. You're cool. I'm cool. We'll kiss for a challenge. We'll be all right.
Autumn, can I share with you after the break why this season needs this more than any other season?
Yeah. After the break, we'll go into the Casa more, and we'll talk about the big news that they announced.
By the way, who wants to run? Do you want to run the break? Or you want me to run it? We didn't discuss
the
this.
break. You can run the break.
We were both going to press the button. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Keon Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Keon Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keonsports.com or on YouTube at Keon Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Hi, I'm Omar Clausel, and this is your InsideEdge Network 2026 World Cup Minute. Yesterday, we kicked off the largest World Cup ever in Mexico City as Group A teams Mexico and South Africa got the action started. South Africa fought hard, but Mexico came away with this battle with 3 points, and because they won by 2 goals, a +2 goal differential. South Africa would need to score 2 goals in their next match just to get that even again. We also had another Group A battle. South Korea got the victory in an exciting finish over Czechia, 2-1. That leaves Mexico and South Korea topping Group A with 3 points, with Mexico ahead by goal differential. Tomorrow's action starts with Group B's Canada versus Bosnia-Herzegovina at 3 p.m., followed up by Group D, our United States national team led by Christian Pulisic, as they face Paraguay at 9 p.m. For more news and information about the Cup, check out the Inside Edge Morning Show with Omar Clausel Jr. from 9 to 11, Monday through Friday.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Hey guys, welcome back. Double A. I just am gonna let you know this Casa Amor is going to be amazing. So Peacock and Love Island, also known as ITV America, because Peacock is the distributor, ITV America is the production company, announced earlier today that special screenings of this season Casa Amor will be in theaters. Yes, you heard that right. On Monday night, they will be screening Casa Amor. When I tell you, I saw that earlier and I was like, oh, this is going to be fire. But then I had to think about it. I was like, oh, they know this is going to be a shit show. So here's who I'm guessing by my metrics, just because I'm like, I know Love Island. When I tell you I know my Love Island so well, number one, I predicted that Sincere was going to be a light-skinned demon. He joins the hall of other light-skinned demons like Johnny Middlebrooks and Kendall and Ace. Number two, Casey's going to fold like a pancake. Unfortunately, when it comes to Casa Amor, the black man of Love Island always fold like a pancake. Taylor did it last year. The previous year, Cordell did it. The previous year, Keenan did it. The previous year, what's his name? Leo. He did. Year before that, Timmy did. Like,
Leo sound like a cheater. Leo sound like a cheater. I don't even know Leo. He sound like a cheater.
Leo literally slept with his Casa Amor girl and then was going to send her home. Oh, I forgot about Keenan. Keenan got a hand job from his Casa Amor girl and sent her home. Like, when I tell you, the black men on Love Island, when it comes to Casa Amor, always fold. And then they, like, always fold, 100%. But we are almost 3 weeks in. I hate to say this. Who do you think is going to make it to that final?
Who's going to make it to the final? Oh, geez. I'll just say, first off, I think a lot of these people are playing it too safe. I can't wait for this to happen. First off, I can't. Listen, I think this is tough. I do think Casey's going to the final. I think he's going to the final. I think people want him. He's going to finally open up. He's going to finally explore. And I think he could charm his way to the final. I'm not saying he's going to win it, but I do think he can make it to the final. Other than that, man, I do not want Sincere. You know what? I think Corbin and Kinsey will go to the final. I think Corbin and Kinsey are going to the final.
Are we watching the same show?
You don't have to like them. I'm just saying. You talking about strong couples. You talk about ride or die. Like, Kinsey doesn't like that kid. Caleb.
Oh, Caleb. Yeah.
Caleb's going home. Caleb's going home just because people don't know who he is. He's a child. He's going home.
I hate Kinsey for making me feel bad for a white man. What's wrong with her? I'm gonna just say this.
He's a kid. He's a kid.
They're all kids. They're all children.
I know. I know. First, the cast needs to be a little older. First off, yes. I mean, this is why I don't. This is why, like, the challenges are a little weird now too, because
It's like fetishy. It gives fetish. Like
It's,
the weird food slime thing is just weird. Honestly, I would if you would have asked me a couple days ago, I would have said Casey and Anaya, and I probably would have said Trinity and Bryce. And I honestly still think that Trinity and Bryce probably will make it because Trinity don't want nobody else but that man.
yeah,
And
I
Bryce
agree.
no
I agree with
nobody
you with that.
don't want
Mhm.
nobody else but Trinity. So I can see them make it. I actually see them like having a really, really like good relationship outside of the villa too. I think the best thing about a relationship outside of the villa to last is that number one, you do have to kind of go through it a little bit in the villa, but you kind of also have to be able to like communicate. And I think they do communicate really well. I think they have great like I think they fit each other really well. I'll give them the lone spot. The rest of them, I really need the New Hampshire Slim Reaper to break up with Charlie's brother.
What's her name again? Oh no,
Kata.
Kata.
Do you know why they call her the New Hampshire Slim Reaper?
Was she the one who was like, "Oh, I'm from New Hampshire. You guys know where that's where."
Yes. So a bunch of girls from her hometown like came out and tried to like say she's super mean, she's a bully. And then people like looked at the girls and they were like, girl, I would be mean and a bully too if I was the only person of color in this town. And then there was a video of her slapping one of the girls, and come to find out that girl said something racist, and then her promposal had something akin to picking cotton.
Oh yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
So I'm sticking with my New Hampshire Slim Reaper.
Yeah, that's bad.
Finals.
That's real bad.
But
But you make a great point, real quick, about Trinity and Bryce, because they went through their anniversary. They went through it early. In the first challenge, the first game, they explored for an episode, and then I guess we're a couple again. So it has a little bit of a feel of Alondria and Nick from last year. I mean, different circumstances because of what happened with Sierra, but it felt like they're friends, and then they're giving it a shot. And Bryce is not really going after. I mean, he did for a brief moment of time. I mean, he did forecast that. He kind of talked to one person to talk to their friend. I'm like, oh, that's a little iffy.
well, okay, let me explain that. So that was a producer interference. So if you guys don't know, Love Island does not like it if the couples get closed off too early. That's why they're kind of creating a lot of drama right now. It's because they don't want everybody to be so closed off. And that's kind of how they feel right now, is that all of these couples are like, I don't want to talk to nobody because everybody's going to get mad at me. But with Bryce and Charlie's brother, I'm not saying that man's name, it's Charlie's brother. The producers very clearly stepped in. We're like, you guys got to talk to other people. You guys got to at least try to explore with other people. If it doesn't work out, okay. But that was clearly producer interference to tell him to go talk to Kata and tell Trinity.
And that's fine. I mean, I think I don't know. There's a part of me that blames Ace for how he played the game last year.
I'm so glad you said that. All the bad things on Love Island are Ace's fault.
Because now everyone, probably except for whoever, everyone's playing this safe. So it almost feels like there's no drama. It's like, okay, we're doing recouplings, and then the recoupling doesn't matter. Melanie and Sincere, they're still a thing. Corbin and Kenzie are still a thing. Like we had these recouplings for a reason. And I get it, you don't just move on, after one day, but like Melanie's not sleeping in the same bed as Corbin for 2 straight nights, probably a 3rd straight night coming up.
Yeah, well,
I'm like, what are we doing? It's a TV show. What are we doing?
Yeah, first night I could see that because why would I want to see the guy I was coupled up with in bed with another girl? I could understand that. Second night, I think it was more sort of her being like Corbin and Kenzie kiss. Why would I want to share a bed and you're kissing other girls, but you're telling me to my face, I want to get to know you? I understand why she did it both nights. I don't think she was looking for attention. I think she was kind of being like, you know what? I'm gonna just protect myself. I bet you she had a great night's sleep because now the mosquitoes probably was tearing her ass up,
I know. You can sleep
but
outside.
but I would rather sleep outside than sleep in a sex den. But double A.
I was gonna
Gotta
say
move
with my
on.
snoring, ain't nobody having any fun. You go,
Yeah, no, that's the other thing. I snore like crazy, so I'm like, I could never really be on the show. But we have to move on. Love Island. I will be reviewing it all week. Except for Wednesday because Love Island does not air on Wednesdays. And of course, you guys can watch Jersey Chasers on Wednesday. We'll talk about everything that's happened over the last couple weeks. Let's get to some sports news real quick. We have to go over the 2 championships that happened back-to-back nights. The Knicks win the 2026 NBA Finals. This is their first title in 53 years. How did they do it? The Spurs literally led every game by at least 10 points.
Yeah, craziness. And I think I saw the probability, the Spurs like 70, they led 72% of the series. They led. And every game they had a significant double-digit lead. And they blew and they lost. I mean, Jalen Brunson just became an animal. 45 points in the closeout game on Saturday. So, yeah, congrats to the Knicks. I mean, they handle business, but I mean, the Spurs should have won. I mean, you knew though, Autumn, the series was done when they blew a 29-point lead.
Let's talk about that night. That night was going great for me. Okay. I was like, the series is gonna be tied up. We're gonna have like some competitive nature. And then slowly but surely, I'm just seeing people being like, wow, oh my God, wow. And I'm like, they're not doing this again. They can't be doing this again. And then I saw the 29-point comeback and only to win by 1. Now, this is the thing, is that the Knicks, I think in almost all the wins except for the first one, won by a combined like 7 points, which is crazy.
Unbelievable.
But I want to talk about Saturday's game a little bit because number one, we got a Victor Wembanyama head smush, a literal head smush. And then we got one of the more peculiar things I've ever seen to end an NBA Finals game. So I'm gonna just let me just talk about this. It's the last 11 seconds of a game. Why the hell would you foul somebody to get them to the free throw line and you're down 2 points?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Like when I saw that play, I'm like, my mom was like showing me because I didn't watch the game live because I just when the Cavs are out, I'm also out usually. But I did see that play and I was like, why would you foul them there? Like the clear consensus is to get the offensive rebound, go down the court, and have them try to foul you because they probably had a foul to give to get yourself into free throw position, make a couple free throws, and you're right back in the game. Why the hell would you foul them knowing that one free throw puts the whole game away?
There were a lot of things that the Spurs didn't do right in late game execution, which is shocking because of the amount of talent that's on that team. And then even going back to the previous game with De'Aaron Fox, just I don't know what the hell he was doing. A lot of people don't know what he was doing in terms of like just going for the layup. And
I saw somebody say he was point shaving.
He might have been. I mean, listen, the way sports are going these days, you never know. Seriously, you never know. But yeah, there were moments, and what you just brought up as part of it. There are moments where this team proved for whatever reason that they could not handle situational basketball. And it was weird to see. And like San Antonio should have won this series 4-1.
It shouldn't have been won the series 4-1. It should have been a sweep. It should have been a sweep. They led by double digits in every single game. And the game that they did win, it was like, yeah, they should have won that game. The 29-point meltdown was just like, what happened? And then the last game, it was like, oh, you guys really don't care. Honestly, I'm going to just say this. I know everybody gave the Cavs a lot of shit and said that they quit. I never thought the Cavs quit. I just thought that the Knicks got hot at the right time, and the Cavs just like everything they did, they had no answer for. But I think the San Antonio Spurs quit. 29-point comeback, and like your second best player just is not there.
What do you do?
Game 5. Game 5, at the end of the game, it's right there. You can tie up the game, and instead of driving to the basket, you keep giving it to Wemby to shoot threes, knowing that this man is tall, but he's not a 3-point shooter.
Great point. Yep, that's exactly right. Like,
why would you not drive the ball to the hole, draw the foul, maybe get an and one like that? This is where it like these new NBA teams just like piss me off. It's because like the clear and better play is always going to be drive it to the hole.
And the crazy thing, Autumn, they were doing that in the Western Finals against OKC. Like,
because they had no choice.
Yeah, but that's how they was winning games. Like that game 1 of that series when Wemby put up 41 in that first game, that's exactly what they were doing. Wemby giving you the ball in the paint. He was a cheat code in the paint. And for whatever reason, I agree with you. For whatever reason, they just said F all that. They got lazy. And then they quit up here. So that,
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you why it worked against OKC. Because the OKC switches, like, they took advantage of that. Because they were switching Hartenstein and Alex Caruso. And Chet didn't want no parts of Wemby. So they literally took advantage of that. But it's the Knicks. You could have fully taken advantage of Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's small. That's a small team. You could have 100% taken advantage of that. And I think what happened is that they got so comfortable and they got so lax, and then they're like, oh, we don't need to play. It's the Knicks. Who cares? They're not going to win. They're not going to come back. And they had won the season series against them, obviously. So I just think that when it came down to it, the Knicks unfortunately wanted it more.
Oh yeah,
that's what it came down. They wanted it more, and the Spurs did it.
And my one complaint, real quick, Autumn. And I know we got a break here in a sec. My one complaint was we gave them the formula. The Cleveland series, we gave them the formula. We gave them the belief that they could come back, and they've done that, and they just got hot, and it's amazing. I've never seen a team in basketball. I've never seen a team win like this every night, like the way they won. Autumn, you're exactly right. Like, this could have Spurs should have swept them. Or 1-5. I mean, and according to probabilities, according to analytics, he did.
Yeah. According to analytics, the Spurs were the analytical championships. Kenny Atkinson will never live that down. When we come back from the break, we'll talk about the other championship that was won. We'll talk about UFC 250. We'll also talk about the culture shock of the World Cup, and then I'll give you my good spiral of the day and my bad spiral of the day, and then of course we'll get into AA's midnight run.
Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
Welcome back to the Daily Spiral, everyone. Before the break, we were talking about the finals, the two final series that happened. So, of course, we talked about the Knicks and how the Cavs may have given them the playbook, but we're gonna move on from basketball, moving to a little bit of hockey. This is only bringing me joy because of who they beat. So the Carolina Hurricanes win their first NHL Stanley Cup in 20 years, and they beat the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Now this brings me so much joy because I truly despise their goalie, Carter Hart. If you don't know who Carter Hart is a terrible human being.
I'm sipping my tea.
He was one of 5 individuals that was accused of sexual assault of a young woman. It's called the Hockey Canada case. Please look it up. It is the details are horrific, but he was one of 5 men. It says he was acquitted, but the reason why he was acquitted because there was a lot of trial interference, so it ended up being a bench trial and not a jury trial, and the judge in the case ended up acquitting the dudes because of a technicality, so he can never be tried again, but he is a terrible person. Vegas Golden Knights signed him, they stuck by him, they were his rock, they were his champion. He put up the worst goalie performance of all time.
How about that?
That's why we don't like rapists here on this show. But yes, he also cried like a boohoo little baby. Cried like a little bitch as he lost the Stanley Cup playoffs. And this just brings me so much joy. I enjoy seeing men cry. It brings me joy to my life to see a man cry. I really do.
For the actions and who with the judge and everything, which is again those things are odd. So yeah, I mean, yeah, and no championship for you, buddy.
No. Now, this would be so this is actually Vegas's, I think, like 5th championship appearance. They've only been a team for It's actually fourth. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Oh, fourth. Okay.
Fourth. They made it their first year. They didn't win it. They made it their second year, won it. Made it 3 years ago, won it, and then they just made it this year.
Unreal. Only if we could have got that luck with the Browns. Could have loaded our team.
A 9-year-old franchise, by the way. 9-year-old franchise. The Vegas Golden Knights.
You know, Autumn, there's going to be kids who are Golden Knights fans. They're going to miss the playoffs 1 year, and the child's going to be like, we need to get back to the championship, as if they haven't had multiple already.
You know, I actually think about that for the kids who grew up in like the second LeBron era, not the first LeBron era. The second LeBron era probably was so much fun for them because they're like, oh my God, every year we get to go to the finals. And I'm like, y'all don't even know. This is a treat. Like, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know.
You don't know the struggle. You don't know. Like, you just started becoming a fan in 2014. You weren't there. You didn't go through the 26-game losing streak in 2011. You didn't go when LeBron was here the first time. Our butts getting whipped by the Spurs in 07, the beatdown.
Not even though.
The Magic in 09.
The Spurs, I was thinking about that series in 07. I remember that series, and I remember looking at the game scores for that series. The Cavs actually only lost by a combined 20 points from all 4 of those games.
Let me look back at that series.
All of those games were really, really close. Double A.
Let me look back. It felt like we getting our behinds kicked. Let me go back.
It was just because we got swept, but no, the games were all very, very close.
Because I think the reason why I felt that way, because we knew we didn't belong there. We knew we treated that finals like it was like a participation award. Yeah. Okay, I got the scores. Okay, so game 1, we lost 85-76. Not bad. 103-92. Not bad. 75-72. 83-80. Okay, you have a point.
I told you it wasn't as bad. It just looked bad because everybody saw the players on the Cavs and they were like, "It's a trash team," and I'm like, "It actually wasn't a trash team. It actually was a pretty good team." I remember watching those finals. I was in middle school, but I watched those finals. It wasn't a bad team at all. But yes, the Vegas Golden Knights lose in historic fashion. Former Columbus Blue Jackets head coach John Tortorella is actually their head coach, and I also enjoy seeing that man lose as well.
Hold on, what's your beef against him?
I just don't like him. His personality is just terrible. He was all right when he was in Columbus, but he gives me the ick.
Did he? I think he earlier in the playoffs he turned down a mandatory media request or something, and I don't know
for Carter Hart.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
now it all connects.
Exactly. Let's talk about this before we get out of here. Before we got a few minutes left, let's unfortunately talk about the shit show that happened this weekend in Washington D.C. UFC Freedom 250, a mixed martial arts, United States of America, 250th year celebration. All the fights ended in knockout. And then, of course, at the end, we have a fighter named Josh Hockett, which is crazy that that's his name. Give praise to God and then turn around and say that Michelle Obama is a man. Double A, I'm so sick of this administration. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It was tacky. They had these people fighting in front of the Lincoln Memorial. I've been to the Lincoln Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial is a beautiful piece of art. Terrible. Made it trashy. But a lot of people like the spectacle. I don't like the spectacle. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, that dude was out of line. Yeah, that dude was out of. It's not even work. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
That's all the attention that we'll get from me. But let's talk about my favorite trend on the internet. We're gonna end the show on this, and then I'm gonna give you my good spiral and my bad spiral, and then we're gonna lead into your crack show, the midnight run.
We got a lot to break down. Okay, we got.
Mm-hmm.
I can't eat ice cream in public. I'm going to talk about that at 12 o'clock.
We'll talk about that another day. That's crazy. But my favorite trend on the internet right now that's going around is all the people that are in North America for the World Cup, specifically Europeans, specifically British Europeans. Now, why is this my favorite trend? It's because these people are eating the most mid-tier food, and they are gooped and gagged. Double A, I saw a post by this lady from Sweden. She went to Golden Corral, and she said her life changed. Golden Corral.
Hey, listen.
Y'all, I'm gonna just say this. I was a procurer of a buffet. I loved a buffet when I was younger, okay? All you can eat. I can go up as many times as I want to. I can eat steak. I can eat pizza. I can eat fried chicken. I can eat crab legs. Oh my God, beautiful.
We were talking about Hometown Buffet the other day. Buffet in Ponderosa the other day.
Ponderosa.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, no.
And you understand? Scoops, get the plates. You go in there, 2-3 plates. Yeah, we were talking about it.
And then an all soft serve ice cream, all you can eat. Of course, I will.
Ooh,
You will never ever hear me say a bad word about a buffet, except for Golden Corral. Golden Corral is disgusting. In 2026, why are you eating at Golden Corral? Number one. Number two, that's the pinnacle of food for you? Golden Corral?
You know what, though? Here's the thing. It might be because, here in America, we put more salt and more stuff on everything.
It's not even just that. I've seen Raising Cane's. They love Raising Cane's. I love Raising Cane's as well. There's better chicken out there though. Chipotle. Oh my God, Chipotle. I'm gonna tell you the ones I've seen. Chipotle, Raising Cane's, Chili's for some reason. They love Chili's. Cheesecake Factory. Now I understand Cheesecake Factory. If you guys don't understand, Cheesecake Factory is a scratch kitchen, so they make everything from scratch.
Yeah, that was a little different. And they have like a 26-page menu you got to study.
Yeah,
before you
so I understand Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
They love Walmart. They think Walmart is heaven. Walmart is heaven on earth.
It might be.
I'm like, what are they doing to y'all in Britain? I've been to Britain before. I've been to London. I've been to central London at that. I did lose weight while I was there because food was terrible. But
that's the thing. Autumn, you just said it. Autumn, you just said it right there. They do not put flavor. They don't put salt, nothing. They like chicken here.
I went to they have a famous chicken place called Nando's, and they love Nando's. And I remember eating that chicken. I was like, this chicken is dry as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, it was disgusting.
That's why they love it here.
Double A, I'm gonna give you my good spiral, I'm gonna give you my bad spiral, and then I'm gonna let you do your crack show. Good spiral, a good place to spiral. When I say a good spiral, as in good place to go down a rabbit hole, I go down a rabbit hole every single day. Good spiral, BTS. I love BTS. They're celebrating their 13th year of being a group. They're the first K-pop group to not lose any members and to come on back from their hiatus when they went to the military. That is my good spiral. Go down the BTS rabbit hole. You will be stuck there. I promise you, you will love them. My bad spiral, as in like the thing that's gonna make you so mad, is the book adaptation of this book called Every Year After or Every Summer After. Whew! That's a whole nother show. I could talk about that. I could talk about Amazon's book adaptations. But good spiral, BTS. Bad spiral, Every Summer After. Now tomorrow, I think I'm joined by Eli tomorrow. I'm almost positive Eli's my host tomorrow, right? Correct.
Yes.
Eli's my host tomorrow. So Eli, I know you can hear me. I see you. You have to watch Love Island. I'm sorry. I apologize, but you got to do it. You got to watch it in order for us to talk about it. Double A, of course, will hear all my thoughts over text message. But tomorrow, we'll talk about Love Island. It's a slow point of the year. So Double A making me start a
This is
show
our training
in
camp
the
coverage.
slowest part of the year. It's so cruel. The slowest part of the year is so incredibly mean.
Hey, listen, it's not my fault you're going to the Knicks parade on Friday and you're going to miss
I'm
Friday's
not going
show.
to the Knicks parade.
It's
No.
not. Listen, if you want to spend your Juneteenth in New York celebrating with the Knicks, that's on you. Just let us know how it goes. If you get a sponsor while you're out there, let us know. We'll set it up. We'll make it happen.
Of course, I don't think the parade is gonna be Friday. I think it's probably gonna be like on Wednesday, right? Usually isn't a couple days after.
I don't know why you're asking me. You should be on top of this. You know this.
Anyway, we'll talk more about the World Cup and there's all the other things going on the internet because
You want to call my show a crack show? This is the energy you gonna get.
Oh my god, y'all!
My show very
literally.
Midnight Run is a very educational program. Okay,
You're literally
People learn a
about
lot.
to talk about why you can't eat ice cream in public. How is that
I'm gonna teach
educational?
somebody what not to do when eating ice cream in public.
Why would you? No, he will not gaslight me, people. Okay. I will see you tomorrow at 11 p.m. and I will have some topics for you, but Love Island 100% will be on that list. Oh, God. I've been your host, Autumn Chisholm, for Anthony Alford. Thank you for listening to the first episode of The Daily Spiral. Be safe, be lovely, and watch Double A's Crack Show right after this.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Double A, you seem. Do you want me to help you introduce your Crack Show?
No, listen, okay, we got to do this weird, like, studio transition. We'll do it live, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to switch over to my studio here. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
already did. We'll play the ID. We're going to play the intro, and then we're going to go from there. Actually, Eli's going to do it for me, okay? This is not Autumn. This is not a crack show. This is a very educational show. Very educational.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to this very educational edition of Midnight Run here on the InsideEdge Network. My name is Anthony Alford. Great to have you with us. See, I'm almost ready to put that little EI logo in the corner of the screen and say this is educational, because now it is. But welcome to the show, everybody. Great to have you along with us. We have a ton to get to in this hour. Coming up later in the show, I will tell you why I will no longer eat ice cream in public with people. I will share that with you coming up. Also, I know we have not had the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast last week. We're a little bit on a summer break. We'll be back on June 26th but I do have a wrestling take for you. I have a strong wrestling take for you coming up later in the show. Plus, we will go around the dial once again. We will hear local reaction to the NBA Finals with the Knicks and New York radio, how they reacted, and Locked On Spurs. We'll get their reaction coming up as well. But let's start with the New York Knicks, as they are the 2026 NBA champions. Now, if I told you going into these playoffs, hey, there's a chance that the New York Knicks could win the title, I mean, you wouldn't hate. I mean, here in Cleveland, we're Cavs fans, so you would hate hearing that. But you wouldn't be stunned. You wouldn't be surprised to hear that. You wouldn't be, it wouldn't be out of line to hear the New York Knicks winning the NBA title. And honestly, it wouldn't have been a surprise to hear the New York. If I told you that the New York Knicks were one of the contenders to come out of the Eastern Conference, if I told you that if it's not the Boston Celtics, that the next best favorites were the New York Knicks, no disrespect to us here in Cleveland, no disrespect to those in Detroit, and they had the 1 seed, but they had the second best odds. Then if we had this talk, if the June 16th version of us had conversations with the April 16th version of us, you would be stunned to hear. The April 16th version of us would be stunned to hear that the New York Knicks won this title in shocking fashion. But that's exactly what happened. They won in shocking fashion. You know what was crazy? Game 5. Shout out to Cliche. Shout out to Cliche. Shout out to Eli, and shout out to the collective. They had a great show at the Garage Shop in Cleveland Heights. They rocked the house. I was there. Omar, we were there, and they rocked the house Saturday night. So because the game was on Saturday night, I did not see the game in person until I watched the highlights and stuff. And I did see those final seconds that Autumn and I were talking about in the last hour. But when you get the alert, first off, it was so funny throughout the night getting the alerts. All right, NBA Finals underway. Spurs have a 13-point lead. I think midway through the second quarter, 13-point lead. And then you see throughout the night, the Knicks looking to make a run. And now the first time you see that, yeah, you're right. They're going to make a run. And even when the Spurs were up 13, yeah, the Knicks are going to make a run. It's just a culture. It's just something that they built. It's just what they have done. And then we left it alone for a while. Again, Cliche rocked the house, at the Garage Shop in Cleveland Heights. And then we get the alert, probably like minutes after the show ended. New York Knicks, NBA champs. Jalen Brunson, 45 points. They did it. They did it. Now, I have a point to make here in just a little bit because, it's very easy to say, boy, there's no way the Knicks can run this back. Until you realize the previous 7 NBA champions, and this makes it team number 8, New York, we've had now 8 different NBA champions. So I understand the reasons why. I get it. I understand the reasons why we are not ready to crown New York in terms of a dynasty. They could run this back. We heard our own Kyle Cornell mention, hey, there's no way they could run this back. Like, there's going to be other teams. There's going to be a much better Eastern Conference. And that part is true. There should be a much better Eastern Conference. And over the next several days and weeks, we'll talk from a Cavaliers perspective. Obviously, we're based here in Cleveland. Again, remember, like and subscribe at InsideEdge Net. Like and subscribe at InsideEdge Net. and across all our socials, including Twitter and YouTube and Facebook. Again, hit the notification bell if you're watching us on YouTube. And again, we're online, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. But to the point of the Eastern Conference is getting better, listen, we're ready to say that the Boston Celtics are favorites, right? And we say that now, even though no moves have been made. And we'll still say it if Jaylen Brown leaves town and Giannis comes into town. We'll definitely say the Boston Celtics are one of the top favorites. But at the same time, they won 2 years ago. Boston went hot from downtown shooting the ball from downtown. Last year, OKC was hot. So was Indiana. And we were robbed of what could have been if Tyrese Halliburton had stayed healthy in Game 7, what that second half of Game 7 could have been. But, you had Boston, before that, in 2024. And then you go back to the previous champions, even before that. I mean, you're seeing that trend, right? Where, okay, we could look at Boston and say, man, they went on a hot, they were hot from downtown. They were hot shooting the ball. So if that's the case, why are we not giving the Knicks that grace? Now, listen, I'm a Cavs fan. I'm not going to sit here and give them whatever grace, but it should be considered. I mean, we thought last year OKC was going to turn into a dynasty. We thought the year before the Boston Celtics were going to turn into a dynasty. In 2023, we thought the Denver Nuggets were going to become a dynasty with Jokic. Like, they were heavyweights. We thought they were going to be a dynasty. Denver didn't even, they didn't make it back, but we called them dynasty. 2022, a little bit of a different case, but it was Golden State that another run, like, oh, Golden State, maybe. Could be another case for Golden State. 2021, we were ready to crown Giannis in the Milwaukee Bucks and say, this is now this is his league now. 2020, I know it's the bubble. I know the bubble's not looked at the same, but it's LeBron. And LeBron finally won a title. And it's like, now LeBron can go on that run. The last time we looked at an NBA champion and said, they're not repeating, was 2019 in the Toronto Raptors. And we only said that because we knew Kawhi Leonard was not sticking around with the Raptors. I think he went to the Clippers right after that championship. So we give grace to Milwaukee, to Golden State, to Denver, to Boston, and OKC. No grace to New York. Again, I hate defending New York, but New York did exactly what the other NBA champions that I just mentioned have done. And we all were ready to crown those teams as dynasties, and they were all one and done. So we should at least give the Knicks consideration that they could run this thing back, and that Jalen Brunson, who, by the way, this morning in New York City is getting crowned as the best Knick player of all time. In fact, Kyle Cornell had a poll earlier today. I think it's still up on the Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell Facebook page, asking you guys, would you consider Jalen Brunson to be an all-time New York Knick? And I believe overwhelmingly a lot of people say yes. But here was the other thing I was thinking about this Knicks run. And it just struck me. Actually, I was on the phone with Eli this morning. We were talking business, and, we ran, a few other scenarios, kind of planning out all of our shows here tonight. I said, Eli, I'm like, this Knicks run in the playoffs and the way they did it, it's not the same sport, but it's kind of the same tone of the run. Do you remember the 2014 Ohio State Buckeyes, the football team? The Ohio State Buckeyes, remember, I believe it was J.T. Barrett. He was hurt. And then, Cardell Jones, he stepped in. He stepped in against Wisconsin in that Big Ten championship, and Ohio State wiped the floor against Wisconsin in that Big Ten title game. I think it was 59 rip. Dominated the Big Ten championship. Then they go to the Sugar Bowl. They're the 4th seed in the college football playoff. Nobody's picking them to win the national title. Nobody. They're the 4th seed. They have the 3rd string quarterback starting, and they're facing Nick Saban in Alabama. And they won that game. They won. I mean, the score doesn't, give it away, but they pretty much dominated that game, pace-wise. They handled business. And then the national championship game, Marcus Mariota, who are you? I mean, we just took care of business against Oregon, and we won the national championship. We won in a year and in a circumstance where we weren't supposed to win in that moment in time. All the odds were stacked against Ohio State at that point, and they won. And then the following year, when people picked them to win, the following year, then they're losing to Michigan State. And then I'm on the main event crying to Eli about how our team lost to his team at the time. Eli's brother now goes to Ohio State, so he's a Buckeye fan now. But at the time, Michigan State, come on. So weird things happen in sports. I think when it's lightning in a bottle, you got to just capture it. And I love this team. I love this team. If you're watching us here from Cleveland, I love this team, the Cavs. But we started this mess. Again, I know we did the time travel episode with Midnight Conversations on Friday. Imagine going back to that game 1. I think it was on a Monday night. Imagine going back on that Monday night and the Cavs would have held on to that 22-point lead. And we win the game. What could have been? What could have been? And maybe the New York Knicks are not sitting here as NBA champs. Maybe it is somebody else. Meanwhile, for the Spurs on their end, don't become the Buffalo Bills of the NBA. That's my biggest fear. My biggest fear with this team. And again, they're kids. They can go back. But let's again track back to 2020 in the NBA Finals. Let's look at the losing teams and see how they've done. Last year, the Indiana Pacers lost in Game 7. Again, their circumstances are different, but they bottomed out this year. Let's see what happens when Tyrese Halliburton's back. So there's the jury's still out on Indiana. But the Dallas Mavericks, not the same, not even close. They lost. They didn't even compete in 2024. And they're out. And now Luka's no longer with the franchise. By the way, wonder how Mavericks fans are feeling. The all-time greatest New York Knicks player, according to a lot of people in New York City, not good enough to play for your franchise. Wonder how they're feeling down there in Dallas. We might pull that sound for around the dial. Maybe tomorrow we might do that. The Miami Heat, I'll give it this. They went to the finals as an 8th seed, but the Miami Heat been consistently at that, that play-in. The only and then Phoenix in 2021. So yeah, again, kudos to Miami. They made the finals twice. They've been runner-ups twice in 2020 and 2023. The only team that has stuck around and has returned to the finals and won was the Boston Celtics in the last, 6 years. I don't want the San Antonio Spurs to become the Buffalo Bills of the NBA because they're a very talented team. But the fact is, you lose that way, you led every game, and you choked it away every single night. What are you doing? What are we doing? All right, when we come back, we will play reaction from both New York and San Antonio. We'll have that for you coming up on the other side of this break. Plus, a major programming announcement. You heard it during Inside Edge Primetime. Eli and Chad had a did a great job. We'll talk about that. We'll bring Eli on as well. We'll kind of talk a little bit about our new partnership. You've been seeing it, and we'll talk about it coming up on the other side. And, well, two other things. I'll tell you why I can't eat ice cream in public anymore, and why this superstar, I can't believe I used that term, why this WWE wrestler, I'll be a little better, should win the King of the Ring. And it ain't one of your favorites, but I'll tell you why main event Jey Uso should win the King of the Ring. I said Royal Rumble. Why? You know why Royal Rumble's in my mind? Because he won the Royal Rumble. But I'll tell you why he should add the King of the Ring to his resume. Coming up on the other side of the break. This is Midnight Run right here on the Inside Edge Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Awesome show today. One of the greatest comeback wins in NBA history. The name off over the Spurs. You get our our reaction from that, as well as some music talk. So we shouted out a guy who normally doesn't get shouted out, narrator. So don't miss it. And make sure you tune in for tomorrow. We'll have updates for the World Cup. We got Mexico versus South Africa and Korea Republic versus Czechia at 10. So we'll have all that and more for you tomorrow on Inside Edge Network.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Anthony Alfred here with you until 1 o'clock. I'm Midnight Run. Great to have you with us. And thank you guys for your support of the Inside Edge Network. We got 5 daily shows, including the Inside Edge morning show. You just heard Omar, the promo there. He'll be with you at 10 a.m. Every weekday morning. Kyle Cordell with you at 5. And then every night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. here on the East Coast, Inside Edge Primetime, the Daily Spyro, and then this show, Midnight Run, closes things out with that. We have a major programming announcement that we shared earlier, but we'll share with you guys coming up in just a few moments. Let's go around the dial. Love getting reaction from local towns. These are big cities. One's a big city in particular. But when we do around the dial, I like to do this maybe once or twice a week. We think about things from the Cleveland perspective and then the national perspective, but it's always good to hear from the local perspective what people think of what their city did in major events. So thank you to Chad Bryant. We discover Locked On Spurs, so we'll get their reaction shortly. But first, we go to New York City. They just won the NBA title. We go to WFAN, and here is their host, one of their hosts. They're reacting to how we here nationally should look at Jalen Brunson versus some of the other top guards in this league. Take a look.
That man is an NBA champion, an NBA Finals MVP, a man who people said is not better than Luka Doncic. Mm-hmm. Where's his ring? Tyrese Halliburton, where's his ring? Donovan Mitchell, where's his ring? Mm-hmm. How many guys did they tell us he wasn't as good as? Mm-hmm. And everyone's always better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to be better than Jalen Brunson. And another thing, Karl Anthony Towns has been clowned, myself included, have clowned this man.
Oh, yeah.
Has clowned this man. And he has come up big. Obviously, tonight was not a great performance for him, but he is an NBA champion. He is an NBA champion. Joel Embiid doesn't have an NBA championship. Anthony Edwards doesn't have an NBA championship. Jimmy Butler doesn't have an NBA championship.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Look, listen, y'all. The Knicks, they're a nice story. They're a great story. It's kind of bothering me now, all these, seeing some of these celebrities coming out of nowhere. It's like, oh, I'm a Knicks fan. I've been a Knicks fan since I was born. Like, no, you were a Knicks fan since last week. Shut the hell up. Scoreboard. Hate to say this. Again, coming from Cleveland. Another person talking trash about Donovan Mitchell. What is he going to do about it? What's he going to do about it? Now Jalen Brunson has the ring to show for it. He does. And I can't even hate on Jalen Brunson. Again, he put up 45 in a closeout game. He put up 45. Host is right. Like we look at Jalen Brunson. I don't know if we are ready to look at Jalen Brunson as one of the faces of the NBA, but in a closeout game, he led his team to a championship in New York City. I do think that says something with that. We'll talk. We might keep that clip in the queue for a couple days because we got other thoughts we got to address on the Donovan Mitchell side of things. Of course, free agency, this was effed up. The real NBA season starts now. And we are ready for it. We are here. We are ready for it. Where's Jaylen Brown going to go? Where's Giannis going to go? And of course, the big one, LeBron James. Where's he going to go? I saw something earlier today. They're like, how do you, what do you think the NBA TV schedule is going to look out like next year or next season? I'm like, dude, who knows? Because those moves mean everything. I mean, yeah, the Cavaliers are going to get, a good share of national TV games, but if LeBron James comes here, I mean, the Cavaliers game against Memphis will be on national TV. Like you're gonna see a random Cavs matchup against Utah on NBC. Like that's the difference of having LeBron James on your roster versus, you have a playoff team. You have a team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Runners up in the Eastern Conference. We're going to get our fair share of national TV games, but too early to tell. Obviously, if Giannis is out of Milwaukee, you're probably not going to put Milwaukee on national TV unless Jaylen Brown is on the other side. And we'll go through a few scenarios with the NBA free agency. We got days to talk about that. We have days to get into, but it's going to move fast. It's going to move fast. The NBA draft will be here before you know it. And then, of course, NBA free agency. Meanwhile, let's get San Antonio's reaction. Right now, this is courtesy of Locked On Spurs.
It's unfortunate, too, on that front because it felt like throughout the season, Victor had a little something for the Knicks, whether it had been saying that they don't play sophisticated basketball ahead of the cup, whether it been his comments about having to play normal.
Right.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. Anyways. All right. Let's focus back on the positive sides of things.
Right.
Because
Right.
San Antonio simply put a magnificent season. No other way around it. A magnificent season. 60-plus wins, getting to the NBA Finals, exceeding what Vegas said.
Hey, again, no disrespect. Take the high road, and that's a logical way to look at it. That could never be me. You guys know that. Hey, more power to the host. He's doing a respectful thing, but that could never be me. Already. El Paso Midnight Run studio be ready to burn down. Ain't no way. I'm taking a high, maybe a week later, maybe a month later. I'm barely taking a high road from the Eastern Conference Finals. Again, I told you I'm petty. I hold grudges from a sports standpoint. So, yeah. So again, congrats to New York Knicks. NBA is going to be loaded. Eastern Conference is going to be loaded. I think Eli brought up the point earlier today. It's like, listen, I mean, that Eastern Conference, what happens, if Eli or Kyle brought it, like what happens if the Wizards, they build up, of course, with Indiana. Let's see where Giannis goes. Philadelphia, are they going to improve after beating the Celtics in the first round? And then, of course, Boston themselves. And again, what are we going to do in Cleveland? That's going to be huge. I wanted to point something out. Here. I came across an article earlier today. 3 bold predictions for the 2026 Ohio State football season. Noah Atkins wrote this piece on KeonSports.com. And a lot of great stuff here. You got to check it out. It's on KeonSports.com. Mentions the Buckeyes secondary leveling up, getting to a new level. Remember, too, Arthur Smith is the new offensive coordinator for Ohio State. He is succeeding Matt Patricia. And he also has takeaways. I'm not going to give it away here. You got to check out the article, KeonSports.com. He has his predictions of the Ohio State regular season schedule. Now, mind you, Ohio State's regular season schedule, this is a loaded schedule. He mentions here, you're talking about going to Texas, Indiana, USC, Iowa, and Nebraska. And then you're also hosting Oregon, Illinois, and, of course, Michigan. So this will not be – you will not be looking at Ohio State's schedule and saying, boy, this is a cupcake. But that's our KeonSports.com. And I bring up Keon Sports InsideEdgeNetwork.com, because as we bring in my guy Eli Moon, my assistant program director here at the Inside Edge Network, Eli and Chad earlier today did a phenomenal job. Have Vince McKee, the owner of Keon Sports Media Group, and we have entered a partnership agreement with Keon Sports Media Group. Great team of writers, great coverage, and we're excited to get started with Keon Sports.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it'll be a real good double A, and be really exciting to see where this goes. They do a lot of great work writing on their end, so just excited to see what we can read about and see who we bring on to have some discussion about that. But yeah, very excited. We talked to Vince for a great deal, about 20-25 minutes or so, and it was a great time to get good to catch up with them, and excited to see where the partnership goes. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Of course, we're going to feature our writers, as Eli mentioned, and then very soon in the coming days, a good chunk of our shows here on the Inside Edge Network, including our nighttime block, will be simulcast on the Keon Sports Media Group Facebook page. So that's great exposure. A lot of, hopefully you guys like our content. And with this partnership, a lot more people will be able to see our content and like and subscribe to our stuff. And again, we've known Vince. You've worked with Vince for a lot of years, and we've known Vince for close to a decade now. And he's one of the good ones here in Northeast Ohio. And his high school football coverage, it's top notch every single week. And they do a great job with the writing. And I learned a lot about Vince on air earlier tonight. And of course, we've met with him before, learned a lot from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, it was good catching up. They do, like you said, they do a great job at high school sports. They cover, you said, about 30 writers, if not more, and he's covering multiple states. So yeah, just to see the progress he's had with Keon Sports and where they've come from to know where they're at now, just really incredible. So yeah, it was good catching up. They had a lot of great articles W was referencing there. You had the Ohio State breakdown, you have WWE breakdown, you have entertainment breakdown, just different things, real cool write-ups that we'll definitely be peeking at and seeing, what catches our fancy as well. But yeah, we're really excited for the partnership with Keon Sports.
Speaking of WWE, we're going to talk about my WWE take coming up in about 5 minutes or so. I got to bring this up, Eli.
Mm-hmm.
Got to bring this up. So first off, you got Cliche.
Mm.
Phenomenal. And again, he has an open invitation. Oh, and I met a new friend, Eli.
Yeah.
Met a new friend over the weekend. His name is Frank. And Frank has the hookup as far as sports tips and some odds that I will be taking full advantage of.
Surely does. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. You met a lot of friends there at Grog Shop. You were a social butterfly, man. It was good to see. It was good to see. So
do what I can. And you and Omar had a great discussion earlier today about what went down and everything like that. So that was fun to hear. Again, go back and check that out. But it was great, and we have more details on this man. Am I pointing in the right direction, Eli?
You sure are. Yeah, you're doing great.
This man's Moon Bash coming up in a month. We got more details to come, but we're involved, and we can't wait. We're celebrating his birthday.
Yeah.
And the way this man celebrates his birthday, he invites 60 music artists to come to Cleveland, Ohio to perform with him at 4 different stages at the Brothers Lounge. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. He did it last year, and it's going to be even bigger this year. We got more details to come, but this man is setting it all up, and it's fan-freaking-tastic. And we're going to have live coverage down there as well, but you want to get tickets. You want to get there. You want to get there, get your tickets and all that, Eli.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, $15 tickets all day. You can do re-entry. So if you have to step out for an hour or two, you can come back. But yeah, just different genres. I mean, we have everything from alternative and rock to metal to bands, hip hop and rap. I mean, the heaviest of hitters, the who's who of Cleveland and out of state are going to be there. We have Michigan represented. We have Texas right now represented. We have New York represented. So we have a lot of great stuff. Maybe we'll get some finals discussion throughout some of the artists. My guys from Texas and New York. We'll see what goes on. But just exciting, man. We're really blessed to be in this position to have people that believe in me to be able to put something like this on. We did it last year with about 28 artists, and this year we're at 60. And yes, it's coming up fast. So working on it.
Who was the wrestling fan that I met Saturday?
Oh my goodness, the wrestling. Oh, Manny Santiago. Yes.
Manny, yeah.
Bless him. Yeah, man.
Oh man, he was hilarious. He's
a
I
true.
hope I get to talk to him at Moon Bash.
Yes, Manny will be there. Manny will be taking video and shooting photos throughout the night. He was doing that at Cliché's EP release show at Grog Shop for the Land Volume 2, and it was awesome. Yeah, Cliché did a phenomenal job. The entire card was awesome, and Manny was awesome, man. It was great to see him doing his thing, get to catch up with him. He was on Real Talk with Pop Moon earlier this year on the network, obviously, Inside Edge Network, Real Talk Pop Moon, Saturdays at 5 here on the network, and it was just awesome to see Manny. Every time I get to see him, we get to catch up, we start laughing about stuff, and we're ready to see him again in July. So a lot of fun stuff. We also are going to start working very quickly. I almost said very slowly. Don't work very slow.
No, you're very quick, very slow.
We're going to work very quickly on the Thanksgiving benefit. We did the Thanksgiving benefit last year as well. We helped, I believe, I always say over 150. Manny's always like, dude, we helped way more than that. But we helped at least 150 families eat Thanksgiving dinner last year. So we're going to work on that again in November. But yeah, Moon Bash first in July. We're going to rock out. Manny will be there so we can talk some wrestling. There's going to be a ton of people there, man. It's going to be great. I'm just very excited. July 25th, we're rocking. We're rolling. Inside Edge Network will be there. I'll be there. The LaHale will be there. Everybody's going to be there. Papa Moon will be there. So everybody's favorite Moon will be there. And I'll be there as well.
Yeah. And by the way, if you're watching us, it's like Cliché. I got to know more information about Cliché. Cliché was on Real Talk with Papa Moon the other day. Great interview.
Yes.
I told you, I didn't get a chance to tell your dad in person, but your dad is becoming an elite interviewer. I don't know if you told him. I don't even know if he believes you or believes me when I say it, but pretty effing good.
I appreciate that, man.
I'm not saying that because he's on the network, but he's good.
Yeah, I told him that, and he was like, "Man, really?" I was like, "Yeah, really." He's like, "Okay, back to work." And I'm excited, man. It's a blessing, the team we work with here on the Inside Edge Network. I mean, my pops obviously being a part, but you as a program director, Pete, the owner of the network, Peter Tellup, we're just rocking. Everybody that does a great job from all in front of the camera, behind the scenes, and the weekly, the daily shows. Everybody's busting their tail, And Autumn doing the Daily Spiral, and the debut of that was phenomenal. Go back and check that out when the mega stream. This one stream is done. Just awesome, man. I'm blessed, obviously, to rock with you, and where we're at right now with the Inside Edge Network is. The sky's the limit.
I'm not gonna lie. I know we got a break. I'm not gonna lie. That show was a ride.
Yeah, you buckled up, buddy. You did. Yeah, I learned what I need to do tonight. So that's I guess Love Island.
We got a break. When we come back, I'll give you some tips on what to do because it's gonna be a little tough because you're gonna have to jump in this thing cold. So I'll give you some tips. I'll also explain why I'm never eating ice cream with you guys ever again. And then why Jey Uso should win the King of the Ring tournament. I've given out 3 teases that Kyle would hate all 3. You have all of it coming up next here on Midnight Run. Back after this.
Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Hey, Omar Clausell here, Inside Edge Network Morning Show. We had a jam-packed one. Everything you missed over the weekend. You had the big UFC fight, all of the FIFA World Cup action, 2 new champions, the New York Knicks, and you get the Carolina team as well in the NHL. Gotta love it. Both teams, haven't had a championship in a minute. We also talked Cliché. Yeah,
we went to the Grog Shop show, Eli and I. It was a great time. Talked about, his album, his EP, The Land Volume 2. Make sure you check it out. It's on Untitled. So check that out. We also talked Cilantro Taqueria. So Coventry area, represent. That it's a great spot. So if you missed all of it, if you missed our show, make sure you tune in. Big one. And make sure you check out Autumn Chisholm's show. That's right. It's gonna be great. So stay tuned. Inside Edge Network.
Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Awesome Unfiltered today on the Inside Edge Network, guys. Had a great conversation with Wallace Settles, local music scene. Make sure you check that interview out. It was great. Hey, coming up tomorrow on the program, we're going to talk about this issue with a live explosive found at the Cleveland Homeland Security Office in Independence. We'll dive into that. We're also going to get into, hey, is taking phones away, phone school bans, do they actually affect your education, your kids' education? We'll talk about that. And Governor DeWine approving a $3.7 billion capital improvements budget. We'll dive into what that actually affects. All on the episode tomorrow, Unfiltered, 5 p.m. right here on the Inside Edge Network.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
We got a lot to do here in these next 10 minutes. Let me tell you why Jey Uso should win the King of the Ring tournament. Because, again, we have not had Side Hustle. We didn't have it last week. We'll be off this week. We'll be back with you on June 26th, the day before Night of Champions. And just found, I got to actually watch, by the way, I have to actually watch tonight's episode of Raw because I was prepping for Love Island, an autumn show. So I'm going to watch it in full. Just announced Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, steel cage match during the ESPN hour, Saturday, June 27th. That show starting at 1 o'clock. But here's the thing. I think being a heel in pro wrestling is a lost start because nobody wants to do it. I think the way we look at heels, the way we look at them, we have to, everyone wants to get a reaction. Or are they full of, or do they have a well-rounded character? If your name is not MJF, probably the answer is no. And in the case of WWE, the only true heel that they have on the men's roster, the only true heel that they have is Gunther and maybe Drew McIntyre. And Logan Paul. Those three. That's it. That's it. And two of those guys that I mentioned are not on television right now. Drew McIntyre, he's not coming back anytime soon. He's filming movies, and Logan Paul's injured. So you don't have true heels. Now you may be thinking, wait a minute, you just brought up Braun Breaker at the very beginning of the segment. We cheer for Braun Breaker when he's sprinting around the ring and spearing whoever he needs to spear. We cheer for that. We cheer for Bronson Reed when he's doing the tsunamis. The announcer's like, tsunami. We cheer for that. I'm not saying that they don't do heelish things, but we cheer for stuff like that. And then anytime some of these guys actually go heelish, we say that's go away heat, and that's it. Like, I understand it's 2026 and we're supposed to like everybody. That's not the case. That's not good storytelling. Good storytelling, there are villains. There are guys that you just despise. There are guys you look at and say, you don't belong in this spot. You don't belong in this spot, and that's it. Like, how are you in this spot? We rejected you, and you're still here. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Jey Uso. That's main event Jey Uso. Now, Obafemi, he won his match to go to the King of the Ring final. And I get it. The obvious choice to win the King of the Ring is Obafemi. That's the obvious choice. But here's the problem. He's not going to win. And the reason why he's not going to win is because Brock Lesnar is going to interfere, and that's going to create Brock and Oba 3 at SummerSlam. Not Obafemi going for the world title. We will not get Roman Reigns and Obafemi at SummerSlam or Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. That ain't happening. So instead, obviously Oba defeated Dom Mysterio earlier today. So Jey Uso, he has his match coming up. He has Javon Evans coming up. And, he already pinned LA Knight. And y'all hate Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso is dynamic enough as a character where if you give him a run, a King of the Ring run as a heel, and of course he will be going after Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, I would actually book Jey Uso to win that match. I want to see the land of opportunity known as Friday Night SmackDown swarm around Jey Uso. Remember, the person who should be taking out Jey Uso in the first place is the guy who took out Eric Andre earlier today. That was Jacob Fatu. Boy, true words have never been spoken. Eric Andre, 1250. You ever watch a dog swim this late? Man, Eric Andre coming out of the, whatever. This stuff is nuts. We couldn't even play his clips on this show. But yeah, I'm about Jey Uso because, listen, all your favorites can't win all the time. All right, we got to stop that right now. We can't just have favorites, the good guys, win all the time. We gotta spice things up a little bit. We just do. And I think Jey Uso can do it. Now listen. I don't know if my prediction will come true. Maybe they do go to Obafemi. And again, I wouldn't hate it if Oba wins. It's a resume builder. Obafemi's the guy. He's the man. He's the face of the company. It's a resume builder to have that on his record. No problem. And it tells me he's going for a title at SummerSlam. I just think, honestly, they got to do Brock and Oba in 3. And they're going to do it at SummerSlam. It's going to be in Minneapolis. And I think that could be Brock Lesnar's retirement match. Could be there, right then and there. Okay. Feels good to do a little wrestling on this show. We usually don't do wrestling on this show. Had to get that out. That was a take. Eli, that was a take that could not wait until June 26th when we're back on the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast. That couldn't wait because by June 26th, Jey Uso could be out of the tournament. He could have been out. So that's that. Okay. I have to share this, and this is going to be with Eli on the screen because I have to share because it happened with all of us. It actually happened with the Chuckness Network. So Sunday, we all go to church. We go to church in Niles. So it's a great time. I don't like to force religion on anybody, but I have said, and it's true, that since I have reconnected with God, things have really turned around for me in 2026. I'm not going to apologize for that. It has. And luckily, in this case, we were all there. Us two, Omar, Kyle, and our buddy Jake Underwood from AM 1420, The Answer here in Cleveland. Get there, and the lesson of the day is about, the gospel shouldn't stop with you. Like, you're being selfish. If it stops with you, you should, pass the gospel along. Like, you should, you get that word, tell somebody about Jesus, pass that word along. So, Eli, I thought it was a little bit inappropriate afterwards when we said, let's go to Katie's Corner. It threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not too familiar with the area, so I was like, all right, I guess. Well, all right.
I like okay.
Right.
We're taking it seriously. Okay, all right. We're going to a corner, and
Not just any corner.
going to Katie's Corner.
Katie's Corner.
Going to Katie's Corner. Turns out, Katie's Corner, just outside of Niles, and I think Omar told us there are more locations. Maybe there's just one, but turns out, unbelievable ice cream shop. Just probably about 3 or 4 minutes from church.
Yeah.
In the Youngstown area. Unbelievable ice cream. They have, again, no disrespect to Herschel's, who does a great job. They're great. They are great. But these guys, phenomenal. And again, remember I told you guys I'm lactose intolerant. I'll take the punishment. When the dairy's good, I will take it. I will take it. But it was healthy, though. Like, I didn't feel anything till I made it home. So I was cool. Get enough water, you'll be in good shape. So we're getting these ice cream. Of course, Eli and a few others, they were smart. You guys got, the cup with one scoop?
Yeah. Omar and I got a cup. I looked at him because we did our order first, and I said, how many scoops did you do? Because that's like my read. Because the last time I didn't check with Omar, and I got 2 scoops at a different ice cream shop. He goes, oh, buddy, we've already done that. That's too much. And it was too much. I had to walk home with it, like back to Omar's house, and I was eating it. It was cold still. We walked on like a 50, 40-degree day and got ice cream. We're crazy. But we did that. So this time around, I did 1 scoop of butter pecan or pecan. So that way I'm covering all my bases. And I had that. And Omar had, oh my goodness, I believe Omar did the chocolate chunk. He was talking about this morning.
That
He did the
sounds
chocolate
right.
chunk. Yep. So he did a scoop of the chocolate chunk. And then you and Jake just decided to one-up us. So
Yeah,
why don't you go ahead and tell the people?
So here's my problem. Here's why I'm tough to hang around. This is why. I'm very indecisive when it comes to food orders.
You sure are.
Across the board.
For somebody that loves food, you're so indecisive about it.
I mean, everywhere. We had our network meeting, and the waitress is going around, and this happens every effing time. When you're never ready to order, they come to you first.
Yeah.
Every time.
You got to have your go-to, bro. Like, if you don't know, just get a cheeseburger and fries.
I'm not going for cheeseburger and fries, even though most times it's good.
Yeah, you're right.
So in most cases, the way I settle it is like, I haven't looked at the menu, which most times I haven't. I like to sit down, have a conversation with people and stuff, and then like, oh crap, I should look at the menu. So I watched Jake. Jake goes up. I was thinking about the strawberry cheesecake, which is one of my go-tos.
Yeah.
He got the waffle cone.
Yep.
I walked up, actually incorrect. I skipped over to the check-in, whatever. And I'm like, ma'am, whatever you just made with his order, I want that. Those are the exact words that came out of my mouth. I want that. She forgot what she just served. I'm like, the strawberry cheesecake with the waffle cone.
Yeah.
Damn it, that's gonna be memed.
Yeah, you're in trouble. Not this week, but next week you're probably in trouble.
Yeah, that's gonna be memed. Luckily, it doesn't know how to do GIFs yet, or GIFs, whatever it's called. So listen,
Yeah,
I get it, no problem. You know, with that, you wrap it around and you get the ice cream, and that's that. Mr. Moon, you worked hard all day.
yeah.
You get the honor of telling people what happened next.
It's a travesty. I don't know. A travesty, double A. I mean, my goodness gracious, where do you want me to start? Started off real strong. You had the technique. Everybody knows that when an ice cream cone is hot, or ice cream is hot, it'll start melting. So it was a hot day, it was a heat wave still, like mid 80s. And double A's, he's getting after it. He's making sure all the sides of the cone is all cleaned up.
Oh,
he's
and
doing
real quick,
well.
let me add this detail real quick, 'cause this is important. We got there right after church. Everything was freshly made.
Yes.
So we smelled the waffle cones. That's why Jake got it, and they're like, I got to get it. Go ahead, Eli.
Absolutely. So I understand completely all of that. And you were doing a great job. You were looking, all the sides of the cone. You were getting after it. And you start, you were excited. You got to the cheesecake portion. You're like, oh, there's cheesecake. And Jake looked at you and goes, yeah, bro, that's the best part. And you were I think you were so thrown off at that point that you went for a bite of the bottom of the cone to get more cheesecake. And now, I don't know what's going through your mindset there. There's like Kenny Atkinson analytics there. I don't understand. Like analytically, you were up. You had the ice cream cone, but in real life, you did not. Because I told you in that moment, I said that was a bad move. That was a bad move because you have now opened up 2 holes for your ice cream to pour out of. The top and start overflowing of the cone you're eating out of, and the bottom where it's just going to leak out. So now you have 2 holes in your ice cream cone, and panic set in very quickly. You just started, let me get the bottom. Oh, let me get the dude. It looked.
Can
rough.
I explain to the media what happened?
We'd love to hear it.
Okay. Members of the jury, here's what happened. All the cheesecake chunks was in the cone, like at the bottom. The ice cream itself was great, and there were pieces of cheesecake throughout the ice cream, but the goodness was at the bottom in the cone.
But that's why
I forgot in that moment. I thought I could one bite it.
Absolutely not. No chance, dude. No chance. I love you, but no chance.
No, I went in. I was like, because it was, I'll give you an illustration. It's a cone. So pretend like this is a cone, not just straight up sugar cane. I'm like here. Okay. I thought all the cheesecakes down here. Oh, wow. All the cheesecakes down there.
This is a hell of an illustration. Thank God we're almost at midnight or 1 a.m. Jeez,
this is bad. People are still watching. About the cheesecake part.
Okay.
I thought I could one bite it.
Bro, no. Like you were gonna get to it in just a few bites if you just stayed the course. And that teaches us a lesson in life. To stay the course and good things will happen. But you tried to get to the good things first and bad things started happening. Everybody started watching, like Kyle, Jake, Omar, and I, and we were all rooting you on. Like we were rooting for you, like Tyra Banks. And we were trying, and the panic set in. Like again, Kenny Atkinson in the 3rd quarter of the Eastern Conference Finals. Panic set in. Jake goes, "Oh no, buddy. Oh no." And I knew at that point we were watching a man against time. Because there was only a matter of time till that thing just started becoming a mess. And you did a good job. You cleaned it up. I will give you credit. You recovered. I think you only got 1 drop on the shirt. The ground, different story. That ground.
Oh, that ground got destroyed. Katie's corner the parking lot got dealt with.
Yeah. And
it was some dripping.
I'll give you an A for effort because you finished the job. You know what? You finished the job, but goodness gracious, you struggled to get there, bro.
I was under pressure because here's why. I realized a few things. Number one, why does Jake eat his ice cream so fast?
He ate that
pissed about that
quick.
He ate. It's a it's waffle cone ice cream scoops. Your teeth. You cannot speed through ice cream.
He ate it faster than the scoop of butter pecan I had, and I got it before him.
And then number 2, I'm a slow ice cream consumer.
So what do
And
you
here's
do?
the third thing.
You get the waffle. Hold on, real quick before you get to number 3. So you get the waffle cone, the large waffle cone with the ice cream, knowing that you were the slowest ice cream eater out of the bunch.
But it smelled so good, though. It was fresh. It was fresh from the shop. It was fresh.
I'll give it
I got
to you.
suckered in. My original plan was to get the regular cup and the scoop. I have not had a sugar or a waffle cone ice cream probably in 20 years.
Okay, I understand.
It was fresh. I had to do it. It wasn't like I was going down the street to the supermarket and getting it out of the box. Like, I don't have a bucket of ice cream in my kitchen.
Dude, the waffle cone did smell good. I'm not gonna lie. I
It
even almost
smelled
changed my
good.
order. It smells so good.
Oh my God. Here's the worst part. If you know me, you know that I'm a healthy 5'6", according to the city of Cleveland.
I'm not Kyle. I won't. I'll let you have that.
I was waiting.
I'll let you have that.
The problem. So the way that we were standing, we were all standing in a circle. It wasn't a flat surface. I stood at the lower end, surrounded by my taller friends, and in the case of Kyle, significantly taller friends.
Kyle was 7 foot that day.
I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 sets of eyes staring down at me, struggling with this drip, 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 drip ice cream.
Yeah.
Trying to one bite this thing.
I just don't know where you were going with it. Like, I was like, oh no, this gonna be a mess, man. This is gonna be a mess. And like Omar rooted John. Omar was like, no, he's got it. I was like, Omar, that's very kind of you. He does not have this right now. He does not. And you did. Again, not pretty. Yeah, but the job got done. And that's sometimes what you gotta do.
And then Jake, I deserve it. You called me out on a bit that I did 10 years ago. And he brought back a bit from years ago that I did to you at Omar's place during an NFL playoff game. I sat there. This is back when Omar lived in another town. I sat there. Eli did something. I couldn't even tell you what he did.
That's the story of 18-year-old Eli. 18 to 21-year-old Eli did something.
Couldn't even tell you what he did. I think we were talking fantasy football or something.
Yeah.
And I just sat there. I looked at him just like this. Look at you. Look at you. All you did was stand up and walk to the bathroom.
I sure did. I gotta take the pressure. I didn't even know what I did wrong.
All you did was stand, and I'm sitting across from the living room, and I just sat there. I was like, look at you.
Yeah.
I knew one day that was going to come back and bite me.
Sure did.
And that was yesterday.
Sure didn't think it was going to be at Katie's Corner after church, but
freaking Katie's Corner after church. Jake, after he devours his ice cream in 2 minutes, stands there. First off, he did one of these. Okay, I have ice cream on my mustache and beard. Great. Let's bring us back to Denny's, where I consumed coffee with the whipped cream. And, Rebecca caught me with, cream on my mustache and stuff. Pause.
Bro, the bottle interpretation, and now that we got it unhinged. All right, continue.
And then, I didn't even tell you about what happened at the gym today. Then, Jake looks at me while I'm failing to one bite this thing. Look at you. You're standing there looking stupid. He didn't say that part, but he's like, you standing there, can't finish your ice cream. Kept doing this. I'm like, and then my napkin melted.
Yeah.
And then the worst part, I finish.
Yeah.
I have to go back up to the lady at the cash register. I'm like, hey, ma'am. And I say, ma'am, this woman is like 20. Do you have any napkins? I did that. She gives me the stack of napkins. I haven't done a walk of shame in years.
Oh yeah.
I slowly walked back to our circle of friends. Look at you.
Dude, oh my goodness. That was some peak entertainment, man. Some people need reality shows, some people need other things. All we needed was Katie's Corner after church, and we had our entertainment for the Sunday afternoon.
If you're around me long enough, you will love me. You won't be able to stand me. You'll hug me, and then you'll want to test my IQ all in one.
Yeah, dude. I mean, but majority of the time.
You want to tell the people what I did on Saturday? While I was we're gonna debut a new segment. I gotta define it. We're it's summer. We're gonna do some stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Training camp's now for another month and a half. We're doing some stuff.
Yeah.
I have taken on an interest in fine arts.
Yeah. You sure have.
So if you're an artist, like hold up, Eli, do painters and people, do they call themselves artists?
Yep. Yeah. All artists call themselves artists, or creatives. And then usually you have to ask the follow-up question. Well, you like, what kind of art? And then they're like, oh, I make music, or I produce beats, or whatever, or I paint, or whatever. But yes, typically artists. So yes, you definitely want to specify, but these are artists of the painting world.
Do you music people? God, that sounded so disrespectful.
I'll just try again. Hold on. Here we go. Take two.
I have to ask it this way. Do you music people, music artists, do you look at painters and say you're not a real artist?
Oh, no. We love the painters, man. No, that's actually something I'm trying to incorporate in some of the shows coming up here soon is like live painting. I think it's so cool. There are live painters that do certain shows, like, or they'll paint the stage or whatever the feelings they have of the show, they'll paint and then they'll auction off or just give away for free sometimes to a fan. So we love our painter friends. Though. I love all creatives. I can't speak for every artist, but we love all creatives, man. If you're out there doing your thing, we support you.
So there's no beef between art and music.
No, sir.
All under fine arts.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we're going to debut a new segment. I don't even know what it's called. I don't even know how it's going to go.
Okay.
But I want artists to submit work to the show. But I don't want to know what the painting, what the drawing, I don't want to know what it's about. And my goal, Eli can be a part of this too. It would be a good way to figure things out at 12:40 at night.
Sure can.
Figure out what the painting, what the drawing, figure out what it means without knowing the answer.
I love it. I think you have a good start. I think you already got a good head start after this weekend.
There was some things happening over the weekend.
Thank goodness we went to church the next day. That's all I'll say.
A set of feet is here, up here. Other stuff was happening down there. And the woman is over there. And other stuff was happening. And then there was fire under, and then we moved the bench. Oh, there's fire underneath all of it. And then there was another one where, a creature is taking over a town.
Yeah.
This creature is burying people alive.
Oh, no.
You have naked people in this house with a monster on top. And then on the other side, you have a live concert. The dude that's taking the tickets has horns on his head, walking on in. And
just
they're
crazy.
gyrating and, what they say in Tyler Perry movies, they're gyrating and stuff. So yeah, late night art.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. Yeah, you spent a lot of time talking to the collective about that. I mean, I walk back over and you're in full like
I don't
weather
think
mode.
they're gonna invite me to another show.
No, they loved you. No, they loved you, man. They're like, bring Double A back. I was like, oh yeah, man, we'll definitely bring Double A back. They loved having you, Omar's girlfriend Rachel there, and it was good to have everybody there rocking. But yeah, you when you went into the painting mode, you were full weather mode. You were meteorologist Double A, and you were like, but if you look over here, Eli, you did like I'm like Double A.
Because everything. No, because you were like, hey, tell a positive story. You know, there's
positive
signs of stuff on the walls. Find something positive.
Right, positive.
I tried,
and you found the negative.
I didn't. It started as positive. It's not my fault. Somebody had up there. Ho hit me. See you tomorrow.